Oh my
Watch
God.
me. Watch me.
Yo, what up, Biddy? What up?
What
What
up,
up? What
Biddy?
up? Oh
Watch
my
me.
gosh.
Watch me, nigga.
Mm.
Watch me. Oh shit. Fucking hilarious.
Oof. Yikes.
Yeah. Yeah. One other thing I'm glad to see too. I'm glad to see our head artist.
Hmm.
He's doing all right with some of the other projects that he's doing. He's doing all right. Like some of those other companies that he's attached to doing the art for their stuff, they're starting to heat up.
Mm.
And me seeing that lets me know what directions we can go in. So
Facts.
I'm glad to see it.
Hell yeah.
Yo, and that's the other thing about him too. So he is uncommonly fast.
Word.
I have had conversations with other writers in the comic book space who have complained about how long it takes
Oh yeah, yeah.
for their, you know.
Nigga, remember the shit I went through?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And it's like when I took for granted a lot of that shit, but when we had was working on the script a while ago for issue 2, and it was really just a matter of cleaning it up because we had wrote 3 or 4 issues thinking that was one that'll be one issues, right? Until he came in and was like, "Nah, yo, no, y'all gotta break this up, right?" So we was just really just dialing in the dialogue and all that other stuff to get it in a format with which he could look at it, do what he needs to do, and then the letterer can look at it and do what he needs to do, right? So we took for granted, but he really, what's up, Cindy? But
Hey.
he knocked out issue 1, as far as the inks and all of that shit, in less than a week.
Word.
And it looks amazing. It looks amazing. Less than a week. And I'm learning from other people that's not.
Mm-mm.
And I talked to him the other day. We had a meeting the other day. And he was like, "Yeah, I don't know why it takes other people that long." And I'm thinking what it has to be for at least some of the situation is communication. Communication between the writer and the
Here's the
artist.
thing. I think also another factor is ownership.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are certain things, of course, it's a collaboration,
Yes,
but there are certain liberties that he can take,
that's true.
given that
He
he's a part
owns
of the
part of his
ownership
own.
group.
Yeah.
There's
It's true.
certain things that he can just use as shorthand,
Right.
and he doesn't have to concern himself with
That's facts.
whether this is no. He's been dealing with y'all long enough to know what y'all like, to know
Right.
how y'all like it done,
True.
and yeah, so
That makes it a lot
that's
easier, a lot simpler.
huge.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It's so funny because when we put the meeting together, he says when he came into the thing, he was like, "I hope you guys aren't gonna fire me." I was like, "Nigga, you own the place."
Right.
What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You own the place. I gave you playing over there.
Oh,
Without-
God. Yo, Mark has started doing mock-ups.
Oh, nice. Hey, it's 11:00.
Okay.
So he started doing the mock-ups of the characters, or okay, nice. Yeah, Cindy, I got to get a frame for mine too. Real talk, it looks better in a frame. You said what?
I still ain't get my poster yet.
It hasn't come to your house?
No,
Bullshit.
I haven't got my poster. I got my comic book and my bookmark and all that.
That poster was supposed to be. Let me check something. Cause you live right down the street.
Right.
What the fuck? Nah, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. I sent all of them out just to give y'all a clue on how I do certain shit. the people who I know, these are the people that I know. I send y'all shit out first. Y'all said, no, they gonna get that. Nah,
Right.
Yeah, Cindy. I don't really need nothing like super crazy.
Mine too, Cindy.
Yeah, I don't need. You know how people be doing the most with their favorite song or some shit. I don't need that shit.
Funniest thing about that alarm shit. So, my homegirl heard one of my alarms go off. She like, that wakes you up? I said, yeah. It don't take much. Like I'm not fucking hibernating. So she ended up getting a new phone. Mm-hmm. And what's her new alarm sound?
Yours. Yours. Of course. Addy said he'll be here in a few. He on the phone.
Dope.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't need a whole lot.
Mm-mm.
Especially since I don't sleep as long as the average person does anyway. I got these breaks.
Yeah.
And my sleep.
And my phone is relatively close to my person. So
yeah, same. Mine's like literally right there on the dresser. Right there. Yeah.
It's not like I gotta walk 20 feet.
Facts.
Get to the. No,
although I have heard people that do have a problem with the waking up with the alarm.
What up, Giselle? Huh?
Yes,
that's a good hack for people that have that issue, to put it across the room so you
have to get up and hit the snooze or whatever to change the shit.
Yeah.
She changed hers from ultra combo to shut your trap. That's hilarious.
No, see, I used to do that with the whole ringtone thing. I used to, but I don't talk on the phone no more. So,
yo, truthfully speaking, I may
What's
have.
Up, sis?
What's up, sis? I may have only done it like once. I put a song up there for a ringtone back during the ringtone era, and after I didn't care. I didn't care.
No, I did it all the time.
I didn't care.
I did all the time. No. But Cindy, that's a great
idea. Yeah, hell yeah.
To have something physically on your person, that's a great idea.
Yo, speaking of the med shit, that's the other problem with me. You know, I have great long-term memory, horrible short-term memory, right? So sometimes I'll take a pill, like an hour, a couple hours go by, and I'm doing something. Did I take a pill? And I don't be wanting to double dose. It's the ringtone era.
See? I'm telling you, the ringtone era was the shit, my guy. You just a grumpy old man for life.
I just didn't care.
I get it.
Cool.
I get it. No,
it was cool.
The ringtone era was the shit. No, ain't no it was cool, nigga. No, the ringtone era was the shit.
It was cool. Cindy said the only person that gets a special ringtone is my husband. That's how Yetta has hers set up too. But,
ain't nobody got no special. It's the one.
We the ones.
Whatever the default. Whatever the default is, that's what the ringtone is. Because most people that I fuck with know not to call me. Like, what are we doing here?
I wish I could say most people,
unless it's important.
But I don't have a lot of people that actually call me. There are people that would call me that don't know not to. You know what I'm saying? So every so often, it don't happen often, but every so often somebody comes like, I can't say to him, you know better than to call me. Text me.
What up, McKenna?
Hey, McKenna.
Yo, the only person that really calls me is Fed. On any consistent basis.
Right.
And my other homegirl, But the difference between when Fab calls me and when she calls me is 98% of the time, Fab's phone calls warrant a phone call.
Right.
When she calls me, about 80% of the time, it's shit that she could have just texted.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw your car out front. You home? and not like, I wanted to catch you before you potentially leave. I'm coming to see you. Right. No, I haven't heard from you in a while. Yeah,
so
that could have been a fucking text message.
You could have texted. You could.
There's no reason for you to call me for that. If it was a situation where you wanted to come in, call. Absolutely, I get that.
Right.
No. Just hi. Just what's up.
The thing is,
text me.
Just text me. Like, all right. So there are people that I absolutely do talk to on the phone. I talk to my mom on the phone. I talk to my sister occasionally on the phone. Then after them, it would be people who I haven't. I typically try to keep tabs on every few months to make sure they cool. So my homeboy Pelix Playlist got a bunch of issues, right? So
What up, Ryan?
What up, Ryan? So I check on him. Yo, you good?
Sure.
It's that number, right?
Yeah.
But when I'm talking to like, typically me and Napalm will either text or do the video chat shit on IG or some shit like that, right?
Right.
And same with my brother Marlon. Like the same, I don't be having, and don't get me wrong, on the video chat, especially if I'm doing one of my walks and shit, and we being ass, that conversation can go for at least 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Right. Or we just talking shit. But just the whole, I'm just on the phone. I'm talking.
It's not efficient. It doesn't work with my life.
Yeah.
It's just on top of the fact that I just don't like talking on the phone. Like,
right.
I will never leave out the fact that I just don't like it. It's
like talking. Yeah, exactly.
But on top of that, it's not efficient for what I do, like, at all. Yeah. Literally, if I'm working on a video, I can't talk on the phone with you.
No.
If I'm working on music,
I can't talk
on the phone with you. Mm-hmm. If I'm doing research, which requires me to watch videos,
I
can't talk on the phone with you.
Because I'm not getting the benefit of what I'm doing. Yeah.
No.
Same.
That's life, sis.
It is.
Voice memos inside of
my goodness.
Hold up. So. I can't remember what the fuck we was talking about.
Right.
It was one day I was at work, and I was sitting next to one of my coworkers who I actually have a relationship with.
Right.
And she saw you and I going back and forth with voice memos.
Right.
And she was like, "What the fuck is that?" I said, "Oh no, it's just voice memos." She was like, "Why not just get on the phone?" I said, here's a perfect reason. I'm currently at work.
Right.
You know I'm at work because you're my coworker. Did you, at any point, have I been unattentive toward you?
There it is.
No, because he can say what he has to say, and when I get a second,
right,
I can
at
listen
your leisure,
to it,
you can listen to what I'm saying, right, and then respond.
And then I can respond.
Right. It changed the game.
It
changed the game.
There are certain things that people, because we're creatures of habit.
Yeah,
there are certain things that people just get used to and don't think of any possible way it can be made better.
Right.
And that's not a flaw, really.
No, it's human nature.
Yeah, that's cool.
Nature.
Like,
get
I, however, am always for the optimization.
Yeah.
Like, anything that you can prove to me makes a situation better, I'm probably gonna be down. Like,
facts.
Most of the time.
Because, man, like you said, the tasks that we have to do during the course of any day requires a level of attention to it, right? So if I'm this, or even with just the headphones on, and I'm trying to hold this long conversation with all the stuff that comes with that, and do this, something's gonna fuck up. Something's gonna fuck up over here, and I don't want to have to redo shit.
Right?
I don't want to redo shit.
Nigga. Yo, I've made a beat or two while on the phone, but like, we use the term multitasking often, but true multitasking is not a thing. It's not a feature for you.
No, it's not. No, the human mind cannot actually do that. Right?
Yeah, something's going to suffer.
Something's
one
going
of
to
the
suffer.
two things, and you can guess which one I paid less attention to. But luckily it was one of those situations where, like, it wasn't an important phone conversation.
Right.
So I could, like, tune them out and just try to listen for keys, like changes in tone and I'm such a fucking robot. This is not okay. But it's who I am. It's just what it is.
You have to accept who you are. Cindy says my husband and I both drive all day while working, so talking is easy. Yeah, I can see that.
That makes sense.
I can see that.
Makes sense.
Marissa says, "Yo, Danny and I were talking about the convenience level TVs have evolved to. I don't have to move more than twitch my fingers to change my yeah,
that's facts.
Yeah,
facts.
And then
with
the remote control that we have, I literally don't even have to. I could just hit the little mic thing and go.
Bro,
I'm married with children.
God.
Married with children.
So listen, here's the thing. I don't watch TV. The only time I watch TV is football, and now I've started watching WWE more often because the whole Triple H thing.
It's getting better. That shit.
Oh, it's much better.
Yeah.
It's simply better.
Yeah.
What up, Gray?
What up, Gray? Peace to the geese. Bars.
That's facts. So I literally my cable remote happens to be a universal remote. Mm-hmm. So it controls my sound system and my TV as well as the cable box. Oh, so literally, I'll take my Fire Stick remote. My TV is a Fire TV. So when I say Fire Stick remote, I don't actually have a separate Fire Stick.
Right.
It is the TV.
Right.
So I'll take that remote, hit the power button, which will turn the TV off. And then I grab the other remote and hit the power button, which turns my TV, my sound system, and my cable box on.
Right.
And then I'll hit the fucking microphone button, and whichever day it happens to be, USA Network, Fox Network, or CBS for the football games, or Fox for the football game, and it's just there. It's so convenient. I don't know. I have no idea what the fuck the numbers are. Right. It's not important. I don't need them.
I think people. If you were born after a certain time, certain things you wasn't there for it.
Thanks.
And I'm glad you weren't. Because it was trash.
It was not, it seems so unnecessary at this point. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it had to happen for the evolution.
Absolutely.
But, like, looking back, it's like, we really had to do these things. Like,
I just had my daughter had a conversation. She showed me this video where these kids, and this video is like 3 years old.
Fake. That's fake. It has to be fake. There's no reason. There's no way that's real, yo.
Which one?
Their reactions were too, like...
To the computers? To the old computers?
Yes.
Their
reactions were too, like...
They ain't know how to turn them shits. Nah.
I get that.
They were little. These is young kids.
I get that, but, it saves...
Have you ever had to work with one of those?
Which ones?
Those type of computers that...
Yeah, my company was.
Nah, yo. Nah, yo.
When I first got down there, we still had a couple of those. Like,
no, why?
We still had you know how like the first monitors, they weren't called monitors, they were called terminals.
Yeah,
we still had those too.
There's literally. So when I was in
facts, Gray.
when I was in, I'm gonna say the 10th or 11th grade. I can't remember which one. I actually started doing the office practice course. Right, those computers, nigga. There's nothing. It's a whole lot of nothing. Big ass monitor.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Wait. Hold on. McKenna says, Marissa, I've never seen a TV in real life that has buttons you actually were supposed to
see. Yo, college graduate. These kids.
No, wait, McKenna.
What are hands? Yo, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like. The computers they had, these was the super old ones with the floppy disk that goes in. It don't do shit. You got to go around the back of the CPU to hit the thing. Those were very similar to the ones I had.
One or two of those.
That's crazy. There's no reason I had that.
They had no.
Ryan said, Oregon Trail was it.
Yeah. What up?
Yo. What up? What's good, guys?
What up, B?
What's good, bro?
Chilling, fam. Chilling.
So so now that Addie's here, this is a good thing to ask him too. Have you ever had to operate one of those super old ass computers where you had to literally put the floppy disk in the motherfucker for it to really do anything?
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See?
Yeah. Wow. I literally grew up in the house with like mad computers because my old boy and old girl, they're like
I forgot about that.
Yeah, my old boy was he's into IT. You know what I'm saying? My old girl just likes computers. So like I grew up
forgot
around
about
computers.
that.
Yeah.
It's
Don't
a
do
lot.
that. Don't do that though.
Bro, no, see, listen.
Don't do that though.
I'm saying, like, all I'm saying is, I forgot how y'all was living. You know what I'm saying? At that time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot y'all didn't have the same type of upbringing that me and SBJ had. Y'all was living good. You know what I'm saying? And y'all had food deliveries coming to the house, all
Back
that
then.
shit, yo. Back then, like, I forgot all of. You know what? My bad. Of course y'all had computers. Of course y'all had computers.
Yo, he can't even say nothing, yo.
No, I'm not. I'm just letting him finish. I know what I'm dealing with, and like it's just the fact that like I get told to mind my business. Hey, you put in all my shit on Front Street, bro.
Look, bro. All I'm saying is nobody's hating on you. I wish.
I mean, it sound like it. It feels
No,
like
oh. Speak for yourself, my guy.
No. I mean, Toom, that's you, nigga. You ain't say shit yet. I mean, you kind of was chiming in a little bit, but you've held your decorum pretty decently.
All I'm saying is I forgot all about that shit.
I mean,
my bad for underestimating.
Yeah,
you know
computers, yo.
where y'all was. You know how y'all was living. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
my
Joe.
bad.
Okay.
My bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
All
Like,
right.
listen.
All right.
That's fine.
Now,
This
realistic.
is
Let's not go and stop playing. That's too small.
What? Joe,
It is too small.
That makes more sense. That makes
no, that's the same house.
No,
Actually,
That's look, yo, this is it.
No,
This is how y'all was giving it up.
It's missing the villa in the back where I stayed.
I thought this was the villa.
Nah.
No.
You set your sights too short, my guy.
My bad. My bad. Okay. See, once again, I did it again. I did it again. My bad.
Yeah,
my bad.
When
you living that good, you know.
Don't be
a lot of these things, man. A lot of these things, man. SBJ talking about is old hat to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. Facts. Yeah, you niggas watch. You know. But
Okay.
I love y'all though. You know what I mean?
No, that's cool.
Yo, my daughter was like,
I really feel the love.
I mean, I don't, because I just came in here peacefully.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't come out high.
Nah, but you let your mans over there do it though. So
no, God knows.
Now you guilty by
we all know.
Man. You know how
we all know that outside of that, I have zero control over this man. Like, outside of that little thing, just right there, I don't got no control.
Yo,
I can't stop him. Fuck you,
I think that's just the easy way out, but I ain't gonna hold you though.
I mean, we go back like snapbacks, like you know what I'm saying.
But real shit, like my dad, he used to like build computers and shit because that's like his job would just have leftover computers, so we just bring them home and get them like working and shit. Right. And he used to always try to teach me how to do it, but I was like, nah, nigga, just get this shit working and let me play Oregon Trail or Solitaire, nigga. Like,
it's literally, and the thing is, the computer experience back then for me was so fucking boring. Like, the way the screen looked, the shit. I remember sitting in class going, "No, yo, like I don't want to do this." I
remember back when it was like it would be like a black screen and like the green letters and shit. That's how far back. Yeah.
Yes. Like I remember sitting in this.
Why are we having a conversation about DOS? Like
I don't know. I mean, I just got here, bro.
You just got here.
That's what all I did was read the room, fam.
Yo, that shit was so. It's funny. It's funny how I was just so not fucking with that shit. But it was so boring, considering that this is literally all I do now. You know what I'm saying? Like.
My old boy be like, "Oh, this is a motherboard." I'm like, "Nah, my mother's in the room board."
My mother's never bored. We talking about
never bored. Always was some shit. We live in Miami. Fuck are you talking about?
Oh my god.
Yo, that shit was horrible, yo. It really started with the whole TV shit.
Yeah.
That's what the conversation really started. Them old ass TVs. We had to go and turn the damn. Yo, that shit was so ass, especially. So just my experience in Baltimore with it. There were certain channels that were always snowy.
Nigga,
You never got a good
Yes.
signal with these channels, no matter what the fuck you did, no matter what type of antenna you put up there.
Bro, antennas were
No,
a thing.
it wouldn't work, yo. Like, yo,
that.
so in Baltimore, Channel 45 has been around for a long time. When I was a kid watching Captain Chesapeake, like on there, but it always was shitty. And you had to do little things with the channel to try to get the little knob to be somewhat in between. You know what I'm saying? So you can try to get a little bit of something. I remember the day when Channel 45 turned into a real channel.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a mistake. And I remember going on there I was like, yo, why is this so clear? This is something that's got to be a mistake, right? And that's when we found out it was purchased by Fox.
Word.
Right, and once it was purchased by Fox, of course they got a way better signal, stronger, all that other shit. But it was Channel 20, Channel 5. They were shitty.
Hey, Grace will be back. Grace said coat hanger antenna, bro.
Yo,
my grandparents definitely had that shit.
Yo, it's just amazing just to see how the level where technology is now. My daughter didn't realize, but I said, you do realize that the computers that they used in 1969 to send man to the moon are less advanced than the shit in your phone. Your phone has more processing power than those.
To be honest, the computers they used in 1990 are less advanced than what's in your phone.
Yeah. Facts. That's a fact.
And they were able to do amazing things though. Like
that's a fact.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah, I remember all those computer games on like Windows 95 and Windows 98. The joint where you had the little ski joint that was going down, and like Jazz Ball and Solitaire and all these like Spider and
I remember Spider.
I used to love all those computer games.
Yo, I hated the whole concept of it. And it's funny because there was an episode of Married with Children, right? This was in 88. And I watched it recently and it was so fucking funny because their neighbors, Marcy and Steve, convinced Al to buy a computer. It's one of them old motherfucking ones, right? They brought it in here. When they start talking about the specs, like this was a big deal. I laughed loud and long, right? But the funny thing was the commentary about the computer that was being had at the end of the show to wrap it up has no resemblance to the reality we live right now. They were literally saying shit like, no one really needs this. Only people that are doing such and such. This will never catch on. Basically, that was the overall theme. It will never catch on. There will never be a need for a family to have one in the home. That was the basic thing in 1988.
Yikes.
Yeah. Ooh, that didn't age well. That shit did not age well.
Talking about a cold take, my guys.
Yeah. That shit was Arctic, yo.
Freezing cold.
That shit was vacuum or space cold, yo. Like, and the thing is, the way they was presenting that, I would say that closing argument on that shit, they were so self-assured, yo. They were so
they just knew.
So confident. Yeah, like this is telling it like it is. Is it though? Is it?
That's just funny because I remember people like, well, not that I remember because it's not like I was there in those times, but they said the same shit about cars, railroads.
Yeah. That's
they
what
always say that.
But that goes to what I was saying. There are people that will experience something and they will never look for a way to make it better. They will be satisfied with what they have,
right?
And they lack. Maybe it's just that they lack imagination,
or vision. Or vision.
Yeah, whatever the case
and some of it that might be blocking them from seeing that too is in their mind the convenience of use. They know how to use this. They're familiar with it. Why should I change it? This works. And they don't even think about that there could be something that's way more efficient than this, right?
Like a little like you could tweak it a little bit and make it totally different than what it originally was. Because there's even people out there similar to what y'all saying. There's people out here that's like, oh, this is the best things could get. We're not going to need any more technology after
not
this.
How it works.
They were wrong, and they're always wrong.
They're always wrong, yo.
Always wrong.
I wonder if there is a point of diminishing returns that we would ever see. Like, not us personally, but humans. Like, I wonder if there's a point of like
it is
diminishing returns.
Well, I'm sure at some point it will be, but I don't know if it'll be just because of the tech or how we react. McKenna just posted this.
Oh
this
man, I
code.
remember those.
I don't.
Remember when internet used to come on a CD?
Oh.
Come on, dog.
Yo, when you would go to you go get one of those magazines, those computer magazines,
the
they would
15-day
have the
trial
run
of
right
America Online.
Yes, AOL. Yep, remember them AOL days, fam. Jesus Christ. And that's the thing, people like people that's me and James' age, we went through that too, but people don't recognize like, yo, we were back then. We were back there too, like when technology was just coming into the home, you know, computers were in your home and shit. Like, oh man.
This is a good point too, Cindy. Since I remember watching a TED Talk when they first started messing with 3D printers, and my husband said those would never amount to anything and people would never be able to afford them.
See, and it's the thing. It's the trap that we keep falling in for some reason.
Yeah.
It is the cycle that is as old as inventions.
Yeah.
When
what do I need a wheel for?
Bruh.
Hey, yo, fam, I'm not gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie. When comes out, it's the hardest thing to do because they just fucking invented it. So yeah, it's gonna be extremely expensive. Yeah. But then the very next steps that they start to make is how can we mass produce this? Yeah. How can we mass produce this? How can we make this consumer level affordable?
Yeah. And they sneak it right under your nose, and before you know it, you're using your fucking phone to open your damn refrigerator.
Who remembers when who remembers when plasma TVs were like $3,000?
Yeah.
I remember walking into Circuit City. First of all, fuck you, Circuit City. I remember walking into Circuit City and looking at the plasma TVs going, what the fuck? And looking at the price of it going, ooh.
What are those?
Nah, 3,000. No. But fuck Circuit City because when I tried to get a job there, they wouldn't hire me. So it's always
understandable.
Shut up. After filling out their application was thick as shit. And I'm y'all got to hire me after this shit.
Nah, nigga.
That's not point of order, sir. That's not how anything works.
Listen. At that point, I had filled out many. I had never filled out an application.
Sure.
Like what the fuck?
Sure.
This must be this must be Endgame, final stage.
No, that's not. No.
That's
not how that works.
And you had to go into.
I had to go into.
Damn.
They had a little room back there where people. First, it was a window. You go to the window, you get the app, and then you walk in the back, and you. Oh yeah, I'm in. And I wanted to work there so fucking bad, yo, because music and, that sort of shit. And nah. And I like the environment. You know what I'm saying? I hated working in places where there were no windows, yo. I hated it.
That's a reasonable. It's a reasonable thing to hate. Like I don't.
That's depressing.
We need sunlight. Yeah,
I need that, yo. Because I've worked in places with no windows in machine shops and shit like that. Ain't no windows in that bit. Yo, and it is depressing. It is.
Yo, your vitamin D deficiency was up there, bro.
Very good. You be there long enough, you don't know what fucking time it is.
You don't even know what time it is, yo.
like you in a casino, fam. Like
right, you really have to look at the clock.
Exactly.
And you know how looking at the clock does to your day, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it shit sucked. It shit fucking sucked. And Circuit City, at least the one that was out Route 40, had these big.
That's the one I applied for.
Oh, so yo, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Fuck yeah.
They was
to bring it back though, when I used to work at T-Mobile, and that's when cell phones started ramping up. Everybody had a cell phone.
Yeah.
And that's when they started doing the smartphones and shit. I was in the not in the presentation, but in the orientation, it was like, oh, you're gonna start being able to use your phone to use your turn on your security, your alarm system, do shit with your refrigerator. I'm like, why? Well, what is that gonna help? And then 5 years later, I'm like, oh, all right. After that, I was like, all right. From here on out, whenever there's some new tech that's out there, I'm going to give it a chance to see what it does. I'm not going to be those people that's like, nah,
let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. And literally, that's what happened. I'm like, all right, shit, I'm rolling. Fuck it.
So, I'm laughing at this because I do remember that era where there's a whole cabinet with your TV in it.
Yeah, they fit the whole wall.
Unfortunately, I didn't grow up with that. Like we was broke. So that shit was gonna be on a stand, like a TV stand or some shit. It wasn't going. When I would go to people's houses that had the whole cabinet gang with that, I was like, y'all got money. y'all got money. You know what I'm saying?
That shit could feel like the stereo, the fucking.
Yo,
take that, all that shit.
Yo, McKenna get on my nerves,
take that off the screen. Man. take that off. Yo, take that shit off the screen. God damn it. God damn it, McKenna.
Yeah, Greg. Hell yeah, Greg.
Yo, this is so fucking depressing, yo. Show up in the dark.
Bro.
They know when to go. That shit right there is I can't. I worked at a printing company. That ain't last.
Facts. Yo, sis. She said a TV on top of a
TV. The original
picture.
One for the sound, one for the
yo, that's crazy.
That's
crazy.
Whew.
And if you would at your grandparents' crib and they have no remote, you best believe your ass getting up every time they change the channel. Both knobs.
Yo, Special Space says his first TV was a cabinet. Dials to change the channels. Yeah.
I got lucky. I was never the remote, like, because you have those situations where if you're a kid and you watching TV with the adults, you the one that gotta get up to change the channel.
You watch what they watch.
Get them young legs up and walk over there and change the channel. Fuck all that, and you did that shit.
Luckily,
too.
I never had to do that. I never had to do that.
I did that
My
shit.
grannies were not playing, fam.
Facts. Yo, listen. You think? Hold up. So I was already getting the boon, right? Because I was allowed to even sit in the living room.
Yo,
That's number one.
That's
number one.
Yo, hold up, yo. God damn it. McKenna said the idea that you used to not be able to rewind the live show is wild to me. But this is I'm so glad that she's here because it's a perfect representation of what you were talking about, too. Like, if you were born after a certain time, you don't have these experiences.
You don't have
anything to reference it.
Because all I'm saying is, like, when TiVo came out, nigga.
When TiVo first came out, I thought it was a myth.
Like,
I thought it was a myth. It's not true.
I'm like, how the fuck? What do you mean,
You're not doing that.
The fuck you talking about?
Live TV? How?
Well, how? It's live. What you mean?
So you got the time stone? Y'all literally over there doing this? Like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I thought it was a myth. And here we are today. Here we are today. Shit crazy. But like I was saying, I was already getting over being allowed to sit in the living room.
Yeah.
And I had to literally sit there until my grandmother's last soap opera went off so I could watch Battle of the Planets and Speed Racer, right? You think she was going to get up and turn the channel to those channels?
No. Why would she do that?
Get your ass up and go over there and fuck with them shits and turn to the stuff you want to watch so I can go ahead and cook, because she basically go in there and cook. But just being able to be in the living room was a big deal, because when my grandmother would watch us for a long period of time, me, my sister, and my brother could not go upstairs. We had to stay in the basement. Now it was a finished basement. The dad, but we was stuck in the basement. Being allowed to go upstairs and be in the living room and fucking watch TV, that was a big deal, bro. That was a big deal.
See, mine was different. My grandparents, I lived with my grandparents.
Right.
And their TV wasn't in the living room, it was in the dining room. So the living room didn't, like, literally, like, I guess they felt like the only thing you were supposed to do in the living room was live, because
yo, I can do that anywhere. Hold up, listen to me.
I
can do that anywhere.
Not this kind of.
I'm doing it now.
Like no, not like this though. You can't live like this, because they, she had the couch love seat single chair combo set with the plastic over it.
The plastic. I don't know about the plastic.
And the middle. I forget what the fuck the thing's called. The thing in the middle that's like, it's like short and it's like cabinets. It like got cabinet doors and you can store stuff in. I forget what it's called. It's long though. It's not. It's long. It's one. I forget what the fuck it's called. and she had like her glass elephant and other decorations on top of it and shit. And like, yo, we couldn't sit in there. We could not sit in there. Even with the yo, somebody please explain to me. Why the fuck they wouldn't let us sit on the plastic, my guy?
Because you a child, stay in your place.
But it's
man.
plastic.
No.
It don't matter.
I can tell you one reason that I think it is. Just my theory. You children have way too much disposable energy. So you're not just going to sit there.
Oh, hell no.
Not only that, you're going to find a way to break the plastic.
It's going to make all this noise. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear. You got ants in your pants. Nobody wants to hear y'all.
And then not only that, y'all little niggas be carrying shit on y'all. And then what's gonna happen? You're gonna poke a hole into the shit, be like, oh, that's all you're gonna say is oh.
No, you're gonna say more than
you're gonna say more than my grandma.
No, you're gonna say more than after you get your ass cut. Yeah.
Right.
But when you get found out, you go,
we broke her glass elephant.
Oh no.
I'm surprised you're still alive, yo. I'm seriously like,
yo, and the crazy part about it is it wasn't like some little flimsy glass. It was thick. It was almost as if somebody shared it.
Oh, like, so y'all did something to fuck it up.
Yeah, no, we just dropped it. Yeah, no.
Y'all dropped it. Oh, that's
we running around. Yeah, no, nigga, we were not playing catch with that glass elephant for numerous reasons, but chief among them, don't miss when you're trying to catch it in front of your face.
No. First off, don't pick it up.
Yo, no, we never picked it up. Let me be clear. We never picked it up.
Don't pick it up. Don't pick the shit. Don't touch it.
That's a death sentence, my guy. Like,
we didn't touch it. We didn't touch it. Listen. The only time I picked that up was after it fell to break. That was the only time I picked it up.
Even then, don't pick it up.
Hold up. So let me understand. You put your fingerprints on it.
Yeah.
And she wasn't in there. And she wasn't.
No. She was there. No.
Okay.
We were in
Y'all did it in front of her?
That was in the living. She had just started letting us be in the living room.
Oh, and y'all fucking see. That's why you give little niggas an inch. They want to take 30 miles.
It is,
yo. We was. I don't know what the fuck. We was small, so we probably were playing like tag or some shit, and we were running around the thing.
You run outside,
and my little cousin bumped into the thing.
Oh my goodness!
Shit came off.
First off, why y'all niggas running in the house? In your
we shouldn't have been. You know damn well we shouldn't have been.
You don't be running.
She was in the kitchen.
Now, let me tell you something, man. Cooking. First of all, running in all love and respect to Mary Alice Jackson, rest in peace. I dare you run in Mary Alice Jackson's house. I dare. Yo, first of all, you gonna get clipped.
Yeah.
And an elbow drop to the back of your. I dare you to do that. My grandmother.
It's the reason
let me tell you something.
The only way that could have happened is if we were running.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You ain't running in my grandparents' house. You ain't playing cards in my grandparents' house. I don't give a fuck if it's Uno, nigga.
Oh, how about this?
No type of sense of gambling in that crib, dog.
How about this? If adults are talking.
Oh, no, fuck that.
That's you in the other room.
You ain't gotta finish. Yeah, you ain't gotta finish. You're not there.
Yeah.
If more than two adults happen to congregate, so like if you're in the room and there are two adults there, if another adult walks in and says words, you better be going.
Yo, if any three of you come together in my name, I am here. Listen, yo, they wasn't playing that shit, man.
No,
and the only person I saw violate that was my brother once, and he never did it again.
I bet.
Never did it again, yo.
That tracks.
Oh my goodness, yo. Like, hold on, let me catch up with some of these memory comments and shit. Let's see. Oh, Cindy said my aunt had plastic all over the furniture, and then plastic runners on my grandmother.
Yes. If you flip over, they sticky.
If you flip over, it spikes. Yeah.
Oh my. Yes. Special Space says that's common here for older folks to have whole living room that is never used or used once a year only. Fuckers got too much money. McKenna says, and she didn't watch much TV anyways as a kid, so I really formed in the streaming days of no commercials. I got so fed up with commercials now. Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that. Biddy says it's the best room to hide from a zombie outbreak. The living room. Marissa says, what happens is small kids under 3 ruin and break so much shit. By the time you're 10ish, adults are done with the damage. Hashtag, no kids on my nice things. She's not wrong. She's not wrong. So. McKenna says, I can't relate to any of that, but that is also partially a parent thing. I know my friends dealt with the whole of adults are talking. Yeah, let me tell you something. It wasn't a smart thing to do. If you want to survive being a kid during a certain era, when you see adults talk, keep your dumbass mouth out of their conversation. Don't say
no reason
shit.
for you to interject.
Don't say nothing. Because it can get dark. It's going to get dark in that room.
Yo, if they talking and one of them calls you, you better double check that they really meant to. Like, you better make sure they weren't just saying your name.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I mean, you got to hear both sides, though.
No, you shouldn't have heard it in the first place.
You shouldn't have heard any of sides.
I'm going to be problematic because this actually happened. Remember the crocodiles alligator thing, right?
The crocodiles, yes. I know what you're about to bring up. Go ahead. Go ahead, say less.
So he's coming. And James, you know about it too. When it was coming back from the Everglades, and I was with my family from Omaha. Yeah. It was in the car. They was like, we was all talking. They was like, it was nice seeing those crocodiles. I was like, nah, those were alligators, auntie. Hey yo, she flipped, B. I was like, nah, like I ain't trying to shine on
Did they do the tour?
Yeah, we went to the alligator farm.
Tells you
that's okay, fam.
He tells you that they're not crocodiles.
Yeah, they do that.
Listen, bro. I don't care.
I ain't get in trouble, but she was mad. She was psyched. I was like,
how old was you at this time? How old was you at this time?
I had to be like
damn young to be in
16 or 17. No, we were all talking, all of us.
I know. Too damn young to be in grown folk.
Yeah, you were right. You were right the first time there, SPJ.
No, but you loud and wrong, like nigga.
Yes,
yeah, they are.
That is done. You shouldn't have recognized that.
Nah, I was helping.
Keep it up here. Keep it up here.
You know I even say like facetiously, and I was like, oh no, they were alligators.
No, anything a child says is gonna sound facetious when adults are talking.
No, but some of that shit is like borderline, like crossing the line. Like you mad at that?
Yeah, when you're in.
Yeah. So shut up.
Nah, y'all bugging.
Yo, listen. Shut up. All you have to do is shut up. Listen,
that's all. You had the choice. You could have just shut the fuck up.
It's not worth it, B.
But we were all talking. I mean, ain't nothing happened to me.
No, that's what I'm saying. You got lucky in that instance, right? Yeah. You got lucky in that instance. But in general, it ain't worth it. It's just not worth it.
I mean, I was 17, my nigga. Like I was about to be 18 the next year. Like I'm pretty much an adult.
Yeah, I hear you.
No. They're pretty. That's the problem. In my family, there's no such thing as pretty much.
Pretty much. Nope. Either you're an adult
or you're not. They ain't play that shit. Like, and don't get me wrong. By the time I got like 23, that's dead. But before that, nigga, no. Shut your fucking mouth up.
All right, well then be 40 years old and go places saying alligators or crocodiles.
Yes, let them do that.
Let them
do that.
And then you're gonna be even more. You're gonna be even more time like, damn, my nephew was right.
Yo, what I'm saying is, you're not helping them because they're not receiving.
They're not gonna listen to you.
They're not receiving the help.
So then that's just hubris. That's just hubris then.
Yes,
sure. Call it what you want. There are several other things you could call it, but yes, a fact is a fact.
Yeah, that's all I was doing. I was just giving the facts.
No, I'm not talking about your.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
You were also correct. But the fact is, you did zero helping.
Right.
Because there was nothing that you could have done to make them.
You did not help. Like, they're not accepting that from you. So, the only thing that can happen, well, and it didn't happen in your case, thankfully. If you was younger, I'm pretty sure it would happen. The only thing that can happen is 5 across the eyes. So, it's not worth it for you. It's not that big of an important deal. alligator, crocodile. Yes, there are facts here that need to be acknowledged, but let another adult do that shit. It ain't worth it for you. It's not worth it for you to be a smart fart.
Oh no, it was worth it. I enjoyed it. I read
What up, Secular?
And we had Chinese after that. I ate all that
funny.
shit. That shit was awesome.
I can't
But you know what's very satisfying though? When you are an adult and you're in that space again with these same adults that were the ruling class when you were a kid. And now
It'd be like, yo, Nana, remember that crocodile and alligator?
Yo, he's so stupid.
Hey, yo, check my phone out.
I ain't mad
Look
at
at this.
Yo, that's funny.
Look at this
Yo
resource.
said check my phone out.
And they're gonna look at you like,
That's
huh?
funny.
They probably don't even remember that.
Matter of
shit.
fact, what's your number so I can text it to you? I'll send you the
No,
link.
Tim, I got push back on that one. They probably remember. They probably trying to act like they don't remember.
It depends how. Well, at 16, 17, yeah, they probably did remember that.
Yeah,
but if
I'll
it
be
was
like,
something happened
yo.
when you was like 5 or 6.
Yeah, that's different.
I'll be like, yo,
think about
the
that.
summer of 2003.
And then he pulls
No,
out.
2004.
Then he pulls out one of them old school tape recorders. Remember when you said,
This you? That's you?
no, you gonna do that shit like in a battle rap. You said,
You said
and then you rebuttal.
you said alligators or crocodiles with a smile. Wow. Look at you now.
Yo. Nah, listen. There is no greater joy in your family for you to be an adult in the same spaces with those same adults that was all on that children should be seen and not heard, and you get to correct them when they say some bullshit. There's no greater.
I will be on my petty, well, actually game at the finest, dog.
I told Tim about this. One of my uncles, for some reason, was still trying to treat me like a kid. This was like 4 years. Nigga, I was 30.
We not.
I called him by his first name. He like, fuck you. What you mean? That's your mama named you.
Your mama named you that, so I'm gonna call you, nigga.
That's what I'm gonna call you, nigga. What you mean,
nigga? Never in my family.
Nigga, like I'm a Paul, nigga. Your name ain't Paul.
Yo, you stupid. Yo, in my family, those titles they mean something. So most of my the older nephews, it's still Uncle Landon. Stop playing with me. Or Monkey or Ape. That works too. They do that too because I've been calling them that since they was little kids. But not Uncle Landon.
I mean, I'm Southern, so yeah, we still do the
It's like
uncle
Uncle
shit.
Nathaniel.
So.
Yeah, that's my Uncle Nathaniel. Like,
no, none of that. Y'all niggas is niggas. My aunts? No.
Oh no, it's definitely auntie because auntie's still.
No, but the male versions? No, y'all niggas.
Listen.
That's
Marissa said, "Oh my God, instant replay." I was there for that breakthrough. Yeah, listen, the day that you are an adult, just be on the same fucking footing for real, and they say some bullshit, which they liable to because a lot of them get stuck in what they think is a fact back then, and don't upgrade their thinking. Like meanwhile, they have a standard brain, and mine is customized, and they come up in this motherfucker saying crazy shit, and I get to go, well, actually.
It look like he about to see
these walls, my guy.
Look at them walls, yo.
Look at these walls. This is my grandmother's house.
Oh my goodness.
Look at the armoire.
Oh my, yo, touch nothing, nigga.
Look at this little chair thingy. Plastic. Never allowed to go. They let me sit on the bike, my guy, but that was only because it was Christmas.
Yeah, yup.
There's
you
no other way.
You couldn't have done that.
I dare you
in the
to
house,
pedal.
yo. There's
Ain't no pedal.
I dare you to pedal. You better
pedal.
sit there.
Bullshit. I'm sitting there for the picture.
Yeah,
yes,
you better be.
it.
You better be.
As soon as that Polaroid go away,
You off.
And
not only that, when you go outside to ride it, you're carrying it outside. You're not rolling that shit.
Thanks. Ain't no rolling that.
Rolling no wheels.
And you see how little I am. I ain't carrying shit. I gotta get somebody else.
No, I'm just saying.
Can you take my bike outside?
Let you have an inkling of thinking you're gonna put that shit by the hand.
This my guy.
Nigga.
This pattern. What the fuck?
Ain't nobody playing. Listen. Oh
I couldn't
my
touch
goodness,
that
yo.
chair.
And what's
He
that?
was
That's a
not
Bible
allowed,
on the nightstand.
This one, yeah.
Yep. See. Yep.
I couldn't
Mhm.
touch. Yeah. My grandfather had the Bible. The Bible.
Yeah,
with the little zipper.
that's granddad. seat. Yeah, that's a granddad seat. Mhm.
What the Bible say, boy?
Yeah, I dare you to
What the
sit
Bible
there.
say, boy?
I triple dog.
Nigga. No, we not
Yo.
playing those games.
And then if you was the
so
person that
crazy,
even
yo.
dared the person that sit in the chair, you get your ass cut too.
Oh yeah, it's over.
Oh, it's over for you.
Ah,
It's over for you.
ah.
And if somebody was supposed to be supervising like an older cousin and they saw you do it, they ain't do nothing, they getting cut.
Oh,
too.
nigga, we had a same situation. My brother was fighting one of my cousins, and the oldest cousin that was there was the one that took the heat for that shit. And this is the thing that's crazy.
You took this?
Had he
That's funny.
had he intervened in a way to stop that, it would have resulted in him having to put hands on them. He'd have got in trouble for that. And then the fact that he didn't do anything.
Oh yeah, there's nothing he could have done.
Yeah, yo,
He
he was caught. He was caught up, yo. And I remember after he caught that ass whooping, he caught an ass whooping along with them. I remember sitting in the living room. He was like, "Yo, there's nothing I could do." I was like, I felt for him.
Yeah,
I felt for him. Like, I
right.
felt
There's
for him.
absolutely nothing.
There was nothing he could do. They was gonna be on his ass regardless, yo. Regardless.
Yeah.
It's like something else
The
you
only-
just gotta eat, dog.
Legitimately, the only thing you could have did is it was a failure of the younger one's discipline.
Yes, absolutely.
It's really what it was. Because
Absolutely.
if you would have been able to control them with your voice, you'd have been fine.
Yup. But
Any other way would have got you fucked up.
yeah, yo, the reality of it is there is a hierarchy. Well, at least back then, there was a hierarchy in the family, and the children at all times you were subject to that ass whip for infractions, and it was what it was. One of the ass whippings that stick out to me the most. So I'm old enough to remember when people thought being left-handed was like something wrong with that shit.
Nigga,
Something
people
wrong
still
with
think
that. They
I
do,
still deal with that shit to this day.
but to the degree of
Oh no, not to the same degree. No,
yeah, because
No.
I caught an ass whipping. This is right before I was even going to school, like a year before I started kindergarten. Right, I caught an ass whipping because my grandmother, Southern, right. We're sitting there eating breakfast, me, my sister, and my brother. She's trying to force me to eat with my right hand. So I'm awkward. I knock the cereal in my sister's lap. My grandmother comes into the kitchen. My sister started crying. She's a kid. Sorry. Grandmother comes in there. Don't ask no goddamn questions. She instantly looks. And you see the computer chips rolling around in her head. Going, she whips my ass.
Exterminate,
Then she whips
exterminate.
my brother's ass for not
He
helping to
should have been able
clean
to
up
control the situation. Yep.
Yeah.
Yo, see, I never had an issue. Like, when I was young,
Mhm.
I got in trouble for hitting my younger cousins and shit like that. Once I got to, like, becoming a teenager,
Yeah. That
I
over.
was kind of allowed to hit them.
Right.
But only if I was
Same,
hitting
McKenna.
them to discipline.
Same. I bat right and I throw right, but everything else is left hand.
Same here. Yeah, I would have. Once I got a little bit older, I was now old enough and
Discipline.
supposedly responsible enough
Right.
to like babysit them.
Right.
So then it became a little bit different. But yeah, when we were younger, me, just Chris and his sister, one of us was always getting in trouble. We lived together. One of us, if not two of us, was always getting in trouble, no matter
Right.
what. I'll never forget this one time. Chris went to some fair or amusement park with his school, and we got home, and he had this big ass teddy bear, but it was in a big ass plastic bag. So me and his sister was jealous that we ain't had no big ass teddy bear.
Yeah.
And he was playing with his teddy bear, right? So we was like, all right, fuck it. We gonna let him have his teddy bear, but we gonna play with the bag.
Yo, y'all
He playing with the bag. He playing with the bag, and now he's mad at us because we're playing with his bag.
Yeah, that's his bad, my nigga.
This nigga runs downstairs and tells his father, we got in trouble. Not because we were playing with his bag.
Yo.
Because we were playing inside of a plastic bag.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been in the bag,
That's dangerous as fuck. You should not have been.
Y'all was not supposed to be in a goddamn plastic bag. Yo,
how old was
y'all around
this?
How old
Nigga, this was elementary school. I want to, because
y'all play too much.
We're each separated by 2 years, so I want to say I may have been 8.
Y'all play too much.
No.
No,
Y'all play too much.
I had to be 9. Yeah.
Y'all niggas could have died.
Yes, absolutely we could have.
I'm just
we ain't no better. Fuck you mean?
I'm sitting because
kids are dumb.
I'm sitting there visualizing as we shit in the bag, but I'm not visualizing as an 8-year-old. I'm visualizing this now.
Nigga, there's no way. Listen, not in the plant. Now listen, depending on what the material of the bag is and how big the bag actually is, it's possible that I would do something like that today. I ain't gonna hold you. Not no plastic bag though. That's just not smart.
Plastic bag is not.
There's only one bag you should be getting into, my nigga.
The metaphorical bag.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Even at 8, your mind should be on the
should have
bag.
been. Should have been focused on the bag. No,
facts.
You're right.
I feel like at 8. See, Addie's mind was kind of focused on the bag because his parents were already getting the bag. Right, so they made sure he had to. But for us, like, I think that was a huge mistake on our parents' behalf. Like, you should have had us focus on the bag.
Yeah, like, little nigga, we ain't got a job yet. I'm 8.
Right.
Okay.
and yo, what's funny about that is, so when I first came to live in Laurel, I remember driving, like coming around that corner before you get to our block, and it's like you know what I'm talking about, SBJ. Yeah. It's a little hill and a winding thing, and then you come in.
Yeah, it's by the
Shoosh.
Come on, y'all.
Shoosh. So I remember as we're going up the street, I see this kid. He's out there on the sidewalk with a table and a sign. He's selling, was it cookies or muffins? I forget what it was. And the only time I had ever seen shit like this is on TV with lemonade stands. And, you see this shit on TV, right? Yeah. And that little nigga, my wife used to stop all the time and just buy something. Buy something. And I'm sure most of the adults in the neighborhood was doing the exact same thing. Man, that nigga saved up enough money to handle his first semester or whatever in college.
Word.
Hey.
And he really ain't had to because that neighborhood. It's
an affluent area.
Yeah, like that neighborhood. But he did that. And I thought that was dope. That taught him to me the value of making a dollar and how you shouldn't play with it. Because when a lot of times when the kids don't think about it, but we go to stores with our parents and we see some shit here and go, "Mom, I want this." That shit expensive as fuck. But we don't have no real no concept of that. And your mom do or your dad do. Like they know how many hours they had to put in money. And we think when they say no, we thinking you're mean. No, that's not it. No. That's not it.
We got McDonald's at home.
Right. No, we really do though. Like it's really
I didn't think we did. I didn't think we had McDonald's at home until I was like 18. Oh yeah, we got McDonald's at home. Like I'm not spending that. Like, but before that, like we don't got McDonald's at home. What you talking about? Now I realize, yes we do. Yes, we do. They may be crinkle fries. But they still good.
They work.
They work. You understand? Like we absolutely have McDonald's at home. Absolutely. Damn that.
Yeah. All right. Well, shit. I'm gonna fuss. So.
But before you fuss, let me get this very quick fuss out the way. It's not long, but it's some shit that I noticed this week.
Wait. Is it about a particular superstar?
No.
Okay, because we gonna get into that.
Yes, we are. So in my mind, there is a difference between people who work and get notoriety while operating in a fact-based space, like scientist, doctor, you know what I'm saying? Like they may become famous because they are very good at what they do here, and there's a science behind what they do. So when they speak on it, like you can respect what they're saying because this is not their opinion. This is whatever. Usually, most of the time. In fact, in the same lane, right? I don't have to depend on the character of the person most of the time stating the facts because those facts can be checked. So if they're up there capping, I can go and look that shit up. And you really should be the type of person to see something, not understand it, and go, I'm gonna look that up because I don't have a reference for that. You know what I'm saying? Right. You should be doing that because the last thing you should be wanting to do is spread any misinformation. At least you shouldn't want to do that, right? But it's different with people that's in that narrative space, right? Like, because that's much more subjective, and that's them trying to influence the way you feel or think about certain shit that doesn't really have an objective set of facts to it. So I don't always share certain things from certain people because if I look at their overall presence online and I know what their agenda, they've exposed what their agenda is, I'm not sharing that shit. I'm not sharing that shit because I know you want some bullshit and you grifting, right? I have seen friends and family of mine share memes with these little phrases of these people who are absolutely shitty. They don't have the context of what this person's talking about. They just got that one little sentence or whatever. And they go, I agree with that. Now, mind you, this is not about anything that's fact-based. Right. This is literally a sentiment or whatever. But that sentiment did not come alone. It came with a whole bunch of text around that shit. And when you read all of it, you go, oh, this is a shitty take. This is shitty. And this person is shitty. This person, right. Because this is the experience you've had witnessing this person's behavior online. This person is shitty. He's famous or she's famous. Yes, but they are absolutely shitty. They are constantly just flowing, an overflowing fountain of shitty ass takes and verbal excrement, right? So they take that one thing and they share it. Now, these people who are sharing this stuff, they don't know who these people are. They just see some meme somewhere and they go, oh, I like this one. Okay. I have seen people share some of the shittiest people's ideas, but it's only a caption of their idea, not the whole thing. Because I've seen the whole thing or watched the video in which they said this shit. And I know, no, this person's garbage. I think it's always natural for the outside observer to assume, oh, you must be a supporter of that person. That's not always the case. There are these people, they don't know who these people are. Yeah. They just saw that one little thing right there and said, I agree with that sentiment, and they share it. But that's the reason why I don't do it. And I know I'm different because I am a deep diver. Like,
phrasing.
Say what?
I mean,
Kinda?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. But like I'm that type. Like, so I'm gonna look into the person. It's not just plus I observe a lot of this nigga's ass.
No, I ain't do nothing.
He was thinking it. But no, like I see it and I always go, yo, be very aware of the people's shit that you're sharing, right?
Absolutely.
Because they could be on some whole different shit that's anti-you. Anti-you.
Can we just like start acting like shit matters?
Yeah.
No, fuck that. No, it's too late. It's too late. Can
we at least pretend that certain shit matters? Like,
no, I'm past it. It's above
That's the new
now,
shirt.
bro.
That's the new shirt, yo.
No, stop, damn it. We're gonna get there.
I have a grievance real quick. Just
this is Festivus apparently.
Just to be clear. Hey, Toon, do me a favor, dog. Show that crib that I used to live in.
Yeah. I got you, bro.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. So we're going to nip this in the bud because I didn't know that I could share shit on my end too. So I just
you
figured
can
out
though.
something. Yeah.
You can though. You absolutely can share shit on your end over there. Hold up, I got you.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
This Addy shit right here.
Word. All right, now take that off. Phrasing,
Okay.
but take that off. All right.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
We doing over there.
All right. Is it doing it?
It ain't doing nothing. I don't see shit.
Oh, there it is. Oh, that's where I grew up.
That's not true.
That's my red Honda.
Yo,
no, that's simply not true though.
No,
That's
my
cat.
red.
No,
That's
capping.
240, 178.
Yo,
Terrace, you know what I'm saying?
no,
we
it's
know
not
you're
real.
capping, yo. Like, I don't know why you
Right.
think.
So like, yeah.
Yo,
That's what
yo,
the
you
bando
see
all
used to
that
be.
land?
Look at all that
No,
land.
that's not my land. That's the
No,
bando.
nigga,
No,
bro.
you got a
Nah.
house.
That's
You're
an
not
abando.
even. Hold up. You're not
That's
even
the- that's the
attached.
ab-
That's
That's
not
what
the
the
main
bando
house.
Yo, you
No,
don't have a
nigga.
row
You know what
house.
I'm
That's
saying?
not the
Like,
main house.
that's-
Oh,
you
yo,
yeah.
I can't
You
believe you don't have
see
a row
the
house. Yo.
fence.
That's crazy.
And right here, this is where we used to chill all the time. There used to be like
No,
this
I don't
little step
believe
shit right here. We used
Nope.
to like post up there.
Yo, I'm just amazed that. So that was the all about property y'all own and shit that y'all was.
No,
renting
it's
out?
not a different property. Son.
Y'all was
That's
renting
a part-
out.
It's not a different property. It's a part.
Oh, that's part of the
compound.
same. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
it's part of the compound.
So
Hey, pull
that's
up. Pull up your
Gotcha.
picture again.
All right, hold on. I got you.
Let's see the difference.
I just closed that out. Hold on.
I gotta close mine, right? I gotta
Hold
stop
up.
sharing.
I don't think you did. Let me see. You might not have to. Yeah, I think you do. I think
Yeah, I
you
already did. It's off. I took it off. Phrasing.
Sean just said that was the clubhouse.
I wish.
Yo,
Oh,
yo.
That was our poverty home when we felt like we were doing too much.
That's you.
Wow.
That's you.
Mm.
Oh my god, look at that paper. Well, y'all was doing it.
Hey, what side is that? Let me see that link. That says Palms what?
That says no. Yo, hold up. This says www.jamesedition.com. Let me find out.
Hold on. Wait.
Now, wow.
Listen.
Marco Island,
Listen.
Palms. That's
I had
like, wow,
absolutely
James.
nothing to do. No.
Because I know you've been going to Florida for like every year for like.
Nigga, I literally just
for the
showed
past,
y'all
like, 3
pictures.
years.
I literally just showed y'all. Unlike Addie's fake bullshit, I literally just showed y'all pictures with me in it.
Y'all said, oh, like,
I literally just showed y'all pictures with me in it. So, like, nah, nigga, that was me.
Y'all said, unlike Addie's thing.
I showed y'all pictures with me in it with the plastic on the furniture and shit. Like,
I mean,
with the panel walls.
I mean,
How we know that was you?
Nigga, it was me.
Oh, because you say so. Okay.
No, nigga.
Let me just say this. He ain't had no dreads.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't see no dreads in that picture.
You specious
beard.
ass motherfucker.
No beard. No black coat.
Where was his beard, yo?
Yeah.
His beard.
You specious ass motherfucker.
Wow.
Yo,
You got some explaining to do.
I don't have no time.
How old was you in that picture?
In that picture? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Shit. Because, it wasn't no dates on those back then.
I felt like you should
The
have had a
Polaroid,
beard.
the Polaroids didn't come with it.
Oh, how convenient, huh? When you're in the hot seat.
Yo,
Love it.
you think
The Polaroids ain't come with the date timestamps.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that too, dog.
Anyway,
Yo, that's hilarious.
God damn it. So, work is still. Remember last week? Remember how I was like that particular Wednesday was the most busy day I've ever had working at this company.
Yes.
So that shit was not an outlier. So work is still crazy. I referenced last week that I now have the keys for this project that we're doing.
I wonder if that's why the work has increased.
Well, it's they're connected. They cousins. So that part has been as smooth as I imagined it would be.
Right.
That aspect of it. But other issues have reared their heads. So I don't remember the exact days for any of the shit, but I remember the order. So I forget how it came to my attention, but early in the week I found out that a very crucial step to this process was just left out in the transfer from paper to online.
Oh, wow.
So I went to rectify it. Because I can do that now. I can do that now. So I went to the person whose job they forgot to make easier and asked her how she was getting the information that she was supposed to have.
Right.
And she says she has to call the job for every single online application that comes through. Which, if you can't tell, is absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
That's more work than she had to do in the old system.
Right.
Why that's even crazier is because on our paper apps, the old way, all this information is at the bottom of the application.
Wow.
So I don't know if our company failed in some way to give the other company this information or if the other company completely dropped the ball. What I do know is that if Debbie and I were involved from the beginning, this shit wouldn't have happened.
Right.
So Debbie and I get on the phone with the owner of the other company, and what we came up with was a simple form that the rental agents would fill out and upload to a person's application after the person finishes the application. We implemented how it would happen right there on the phone with them. Quick, easy. The only thing left to do was for me to get the list of things from the jobs that she's looking for. We call them extras. They're basically things that can be added to a unit, like AC, fence, storm door, shit like that. While getting them, one of the jobs shows me this paper that I had never seen before. They say they have to send it to this lady. Now, it doesn't have the extras on it, but it has other info that she needs.
Right.
The fact that I had never seen this paper was super odd because not only are we supposed to let each other know whatever changes and additions we make, the people that's in charge of this process, we supposed to let each other know when we do shit. But on top of that, I had spoken to every other person that is involved with this process before I went out to the jobs. And nobody mentioned this paper. So now I'm like, all right, what the fuck is going on? So I showed Debbie the paper. She had no idea what it was.
Right.
I showed the head of legal the paper. She has no idea what it was. I showed my boss the paper. She had no idea what it was. And because she's thinking the same way I'm thinking, her response was, that couldn't have possibly came from us. But I'm like, no, it absolutely had to have come from us. Because the jobs wouldn't have just taken it upon themselves to do this. So there was only one person left. And turns out the other VP that's involved made this form up all by herself at home without telling anybody about it, any of the other of us about it.
Right.
Her reason was for there to still be some paper that the jobs keep in a physical file folder. In her words, she's a little paranoid about this whole thing. It's crazy to me that the only person trying to cling on to the old ways in this process is the youngest of the people that I'm dealing with.
I'm not surprised.
She's the youngest out of the other four people.
I'm not surprised.
that I'm working with this on.
Bro, we talked about this before. It's annoying too, but I have seen this phenomena happen before. I have seen where it, yo, you supposed to be the one. This is the what we're doing now. This is normalized in your generation.
Bruh.
This is your shit. Why are you stuck on stupid with that old shit that we was on?
I don't understand. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
When I found out that she made this form, she gave me the original file.
Right.
I basically took info from that and info from that bottom part of the paper app that I mentioned before that left out all the shit
Right.
in the online joint, and I combined the information.
Right.
I thought it was a pretty good catch-all. Now
Yeah.
my boss is going to be out of the office for a while, so I couldn't show her.
What, vacation? That vacation life?
No, it's not a vacation. No, it's not a vacation.
Oh damn.
So I couldn't show her, but I went around showing everybody else. Debbie
Right.
loved it. I showed the head of legal. She loved it. I went to go show the lady who would be using it, but she was busy at the moment. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me go show the other vice president. She basically eviscerated it. No, I'm joking. I'm exaggerating for effect, but it let me know. It let me know that we really see things
Differently,
Like,
yeah.
as far as what's important, we
And what's
really see things
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah. What's the priority? In other words,
Bruh. So she only made a couple changes,
Mhm.
but I see them as actually huge changes. Like, my goal is for this paper to only be one page.
Yeah.
Mainly because she insists that this gets printed out. And I think it's crazy. First of all, I think it's crazy to make this move towards going online, but we keep adding physical paper.
Agreed.
Like, that's crazy to me, but whatever.
Agreed.
But save for like 2 of the changes, which were oversights on my part, and that's why we have the check system. That's the whole point of letting
Right.
everybody else know what you're doing so they can
Right.
catch something that you might have missed.
Right.
But outside of those 2 things, everything she added was either redundant or unnecessary. I'll give you a couple examples. So let me reiterate. This form is supposed to be filled out by the rental agent after the applicant has completed their portion of the application.
Right.
On the paper app, where this section is, the old way, it says for office use only. That makes sense because we're handing the applicant the entire application to fill out. So letting them know that this part down here is not for them is absolutely necessary. Makes sense.
Right. Right.
But in this iteration, the applicant never sees this paper. So it's completely unnecessary,
Yeah.
but she wanted me to add for office use only.
And,
Now,
and
again,
it's
space.
added
Space.
process
I'm
too.
trying to save space.
Yeah.
But she added it. Another thing, the first field I have on there is address.
Mhm.
She wants it to say the name of the company, unit address. Again,
Why?
this form is only to be filled out by a rental agent after someone has completed an application. So
Right.
they already know what address means.
It's true.
That's,
True. It's true.
I just don't. What? You're adding words unnecessarily, which is going to make more stuff that I have to try to fit on this one
Right.
page.
Right.
So something separate from that. Another thing that happened is there's this paragraph of legal mumbo jumbo on our original paper apps.
Right.
It's nowhere to be found on the online system. Again, I'm not sure who dropped the ball here.
Whoa. So let me ask you about that. The legal stuff on it. Are these things that the tenant needs to, like, rights or whatever, rights restrictions, whatever that the tenant needs
It's
to know?
something that is absolutely necessary.
So that's weird that it's not on the online thing.
Right?
That's weird.
It's nowhere to be found on the online system. Again, I'm not sure who dropped the ball, but it almost seems like it has to have been our company, and they just didn't hand the other company a copy of our application, because surely at some point, if they just blatantly disregarded what we told them, somebody in my company would have said something.
Absolutely.
You would assume. No, it's just another symptom of me and Debbie not being involved from the beginning.
Yep.
So the VP I was talking to wants me to make another form for that. Now this one I might be number one. This one is absolutely necessary, and number two, this one I might be able to get them to put on the computer instead of it being a paper form.
Right.
So
right.
that is what it is. But let's just say it like this. This has been a complete disaster. And from my limited view, there is a big contributing factor. The fact that me and Debbie were not involved from the beginning, because I'm the only person in the company, the sole person. Like, it's not, there are things that you can exaggerate about, right?
Right.
This is no exaggeration. I am literally the only person in the company.
You're the one.
That is
You're the one.
I'm literally the only person in the company that has had an experience of actually working on digitizing our application process.
Right. Right.
That was my job. That was my responsibility at some point. Not thinking about how it could work, not looking for somebody to do. No, me.
You had to do all of the groundwork. Yeah.
Actually implementing. That was me. I'm joking about what I'm about to say, but only slightly. Mm-hmm. My pettiness would have been extremely valuable asset in this process.
True.
Because I remember how much all the vice presidents was on me about making sure I involve that paragraph, making sure I include that. It was absolutely necessary that paragraph be on. So I would have passed that on to the other company. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. This needs to be here. I don't care what y'all got to do to make it happen. This has to be in there. Yeah, 100%. I'm not perfect, but and that's part of why you'll never heard me say, I want to be in charge of this. I want to be the sole decision maker. No, never.
But you do realize you don't need to be perfect to be in charge.
No, but here's the thing. What I am is very meticulous.
No, that's a fancy. Excuse me, y'all. That's a fancy word for petty.
Well, it's also a fancy word for obsessed.
That too.
So there were so many. Hey, listen. There were so many red flags by the time I got involved with this that if I shut up, Mike. There were so many red flags that by the time I got involved with there were so many red flags by the time I got involved with this.
Right.
If I was there from the beginning, I see either one of three things happening. Either it would have been much closer to being an actually usable product.
Right.
Two, I probably would not be involved anymore at this point.
Yeah.
Because they would have got tired of me. Or I may have been fired by this point.
Yeah.
Nigga, like.
It got you fuck up out of that.
Because here's the thing. For amongst other reasons, there are certain things that the vice presidents just don't know. And it's not necessarily about them being wrong.
No, I know what you're saying. When the position that they're in and the stuff that they're responsible for does not necessarily require them to know the ins and outs of all of the shit.
All this stuff.
They don't have to know all this.
It's their situation. Perfect example. There was a situation where we were trying to see what the difference is because there was a difference at the latest location that we're trying to start at and the other two locations.
Right.
It was something about trash cans. I can't remember exactly, but there was a difference. And
there's a joke in that somewhere, but
I know. They were like, there's a difference. And they were like, no, this should be the same. Okay, but it's not. It's not the same. Here's the thing. They were right. It should have been the same.
Yeah, but you were also right.
But again, it's not the same. So we got that fixed eventually. But that's my point. Like, because of my relationship with the rental offices, because I go to the rental offices, because of Debbie's position, just because of literally what her job is.
Right.
She's uniquely aware, I'm uniquely aware of certain things that the average vice president has no reason to concern himself with.
Wow.
It's just, you have
That's
no
true,
reason
though.
to know about this. There's no reason you should know about this. You know what the overall policies are. You know what's supposed to be happening.
Right.
But that doesn't mean it's actually happening.
Right.
So,
exactly.
And or it could be another situation where you know what the old policy is, but the policy has since changed.
That
And
too.
you just aren't aware of the change.
It's not really in your purview.
Right.
That's not something you deal with on a regular basis.
Right.
So it's not something you don't know that the change took place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But, hindsight is 20/20. It is what it is. I'm at the point with this. I know I say it often as a joke, but it really is what it is.
Yeah.
What's done is done. Let's be solution oriented. Because we're stuck with this. This is what it's going to be.
That thought has utility.
Yes.
It's this is what it is. Let's work out something that
Let's make it work.
Yeah.
And that and my boss kind of reminded me to put myself in that mindset, because she was like, with one of the things that went wrong, somebody was like, I asked, I was like, do you know why? She was like, why is not important? In this situation, why is not important? It's only important that we get it to work. I said,
Right.
You know what? You are absolutely right. It's not important why this thing hasn't been done or this thing wasn't.
Right.
Because what does that do? That just takes time and energy away from solving the actual problem. So,
Yeah.
No, we're gonna move forward. We're gonna try to make this work as much as we can. And it's a whole thing. It's very annoying.
I know it is.
It's
I know
so
it is.
annoying. And it's like, the biggest issue with this is getting everybody on the same page. That's literally like I've kind of changed. I've got to my place in this is kind of morphed into like a aggregator and regulator of people's personalities and thoughts.
I don't like that though. Like I ain't hold you. I don't like that.
Oh my God, it's so annoying, but it's
Yeah.
necessary. Like I've come to realize that it's necessary for me to do. Like, there's
no
way
doubt,
around it.
no doubt.
There's no way around it in this situation. So I mean, it
No,
is
I
what it
agree.
is.
It's just annoying as a motherfucker.
Oh my God, because like, it's just all of us involved have our quirks. And
Yeah.
we have our ways that we think things should be done. He done knocked his cord out of his.
All right.
You be more professional, my guy. Like,
No,
what's going on?
absolutely. Now, listen. Now, nigga, I'll be literally on this bitch.
Facts.
In the
All facts.
Yo.
All facts. But yeah, like I said, we all got our quirks and idiosyncrasies and all that other good shit.
and it's
which is
annoying.
Cool.
I mean, it takes
That
some
part's
getting
cool,
used
but-
to. It takes some getting
Yeah.
used to. That's all.
Like,
And if you're not used to like working this closely with certain people, like now you're working closely with people that you haven't worked closely with before, it's an adjustment period to be able to deal with their quirks and see how you can fit who you are in with what they are. And it's a whole thing. I personally hated that type of shit because more than likely in my particular situation, these people were either jackasses or monumentally uninformed about the job or the things that was taking place. So that means the weight still, even though they were help, the weight is still on you because you're the one, and the bosses, the management knows you're the one that knows what you're doing more. So if something fucks up, and by the way, they keep that same thought even if these people, after we done worked together for a couple of years, they still see you as the one, even though they've
Bruh.
been in the space long enough to know the same shit that I know. They'll still see it as you. You know,
Bruh. I'm very fortunate in this situation that I actually like and get along with all of these people.
Right.
So luckily that's not an issue at all. Like I enjoy working with each of them individually.
right.
The issue comes when we try to combine forces. We ain't Voltron, my guy.
Yo, I don't know if this is me just with sort of the antisocial shit, but there is, in my entire work career, there's really only been, it's been less than 10 people that I've liked to work with.
No, you know what's funny about that? As much as I don't like people, I love group projects. Like, part of it, I guess, is me knowing that I don't know everything. Like,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, I want to take what I'm good at and combine it with a little bit of what you're good at, and with a little bit of what you're good at, and see what we can, what we can do.
I'm very selfish in the sense that the only time I like to do that is if this is on some creative endeavor that I know we all are going in on. When it comes to like work, I'll keep it real with you. It's only been a couple of jobs that I was invested in.
Oh,
the rest of the other ones,
that's a huge factor. Yeah, that's a huge factor.
Yeah, that has to be. It has to be,
That
right?
matters.
It has to be. It's only been a couple of jobs that I was actually invested. Most of the time, my mentality at the job was that I work for me.
Yeah,
I work for me.
Absolutely.
To get this check to handle my shit.
Mm-hmm.
I will follow the rules because that helps me keep the job. That facilitates me getting the bag when I need the bag. But I'm always well aware that yeah, exactly, Mike, like Majestic Comics. I was always well aware this is not my company. The higher ups don't give a fuck about me.
Mm-hmm.
And usually it's been very rare where I work for a small company.
That's what
for these big companies.
I was
right?
just
So
about to say that.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
That's one of the unique things for me is that my company, like, it's not a big company. Like, it's not a conglomerate or any shit like that. Like,
right.
I know, like, I have certain intimate relationships with people that have power in the company.
No, never mind that. I'm just doing a quick cheap plug because this will be a video on Spotify. So yeah, go
Absolutely.
Go get that.
Just slide over a little bit and go ahead and take care of this. Like, that's all you gotta do. Like, pause this.
Pause this.
Go do that.
Go check
and
out.
Then come back.
Check out that. Yeah. Come back.
That's all. That's all you gotta do.
Do that. That's all. That's
all
all I'm asking for.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's very simple. But yeah, like this project works for me in that reason because this is something that actually affects the company.
Right.
This is
right.
change. This is my normal job is literally to keep the status quo. That's not exciting to me.
No, I feel you.
My normal job is literally make sure things are running the way that they're supposed to be running. That's boring as fuck.
But sometimes, but see, you know what? You still got the best of both worlds with that because you don't necessarily have to be at a boring thing where you're in a boring building all day long.
That's facts.
And that helps. Like I like uneventful shit when I'm working at something that I know this is not mine. I like uneventful shit. If I can go there during the course of the day and just do what I have to do and take my monkey ass home, I'm good with that, right? I don't like when it's eventful because that's gonna cause me to have to do extra shit, and now I gotta get out of my discomfort zone. I'm used to, but this is part of the work world you live in.
Yeah,
there's always going to be something that's going to fuck up at some point, right?
Oh.
It's either going to be at the hands of another person, or it's going to be a piece of machinery that don't do what it's supposed to do. It's always going to be something, right? But I love uneventful days, yo.
My homegirl mentioned that about this whole online process thing because we were going over all the stuff that I had to deal with the shit, and she was like, yeah, some of them are like trying so hard to have nothing act up, like nothing mess up or anything like that, that they're delaying the process. And I'm like, yes, that's exactly what's happening. there are going to be issues.
Right.
If you've done anything in life, you should be keenly aware there are going to be issues.
Facts.
The point is to get the issues out the way as soon as possible. You make the mistake and you learn from this mistake, and hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Well, because you don't want compound issues. This is the shit that I when I was running the sanitation department at Phillips Seafood for that little window of time. This is the thing I tried to impress upon employees. Compound issues kill all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
The way you don't have compound issues is this little shit. Take care of it, because the little shit that you just go, oh, that's not a big deal, and then you start to write it off as something that you don't need to worry about. That little shit caused big shit. I've seen entire production lines go down because it was some shit that was real little, but you let it go for so fucking long, right? That now it's compound and shit. And heaven forbid if a new issue pops up on top of the compound, yo, you're gonna be caught slipping, and you're gonna look crazy in front of your supervisors, managers, and people that you need to see you a certain type of way, so that when raise time comes around, you know what I'm saying, they look at you like, damn, you ain't even doing the least little shit you could do. You ain't even doing that. That looks crazy. Then I gotta walk into the office with your evaluation shit in my hand, trying to convince these motherfuckers to give you 5%.
And these are parts of the reasons why I was so frustrated before, when there were so many holdups and shit like that. It's because I can't, I'm not a mind reader. I can't tell you I can't tell you if they're going to look at this and be like, oh no, he had roadblocks, that's why this was held up. Right. Or they're just going to be like, this hasn't gone as smoothly as it should have gone.
And you were
and I'm a part of the team that's involved with help. I don't know. So no. First of all, don't put me in that position.
Is that really that difficult for people to understand? Don't put me in the position.
Well, this is pure speculation, right? If the person that is putting you in that position doesn't have the same perspective, because
I see where you're going.
The person and again, she was not doing it on purpose, but the person that was putting him in his position she's been there longer than me, and she's a vice president. Right. I don't think we have the same monetary consideration.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So I don't think it was ever anything that she thought of. Again, it wasn't on purpose. She's a little gun shy with moving forward with this thing. And I understand why, but I also don't think it's actually valid. Her feelings about it are valid, and I get why her feelings exist. But the thing
itself,
I don't think it's a bigger than issue. Some of the things that she has consternation about, I don't think they're that big of issue. Now, some of them, absolutely, 100%. Because again, she's a vice president. She got there. There's a reason that she got there. Absolutely. She knows what the fuck she's doing. Absolutely. It's not like any of the issues I've ever mentioned. It's not because she doesn't know what she's doing.
No, she knows what she's doing. But then she's on a different tier level. Shit look different. She has different when you're in different. Yeah, when you're in a different position, shit just look different.
Very different considerations than that. This is a very big project that I happen to be a part of that looks good on me if it looks good.
Right. Right. So, and you want it to look good.
But on top of that, for selfish reasons, well, that is a selfish reason. For another selfish reason, I'm tired of this company being so far in the fucking past.
Because that's annoying too.
Oh my God, it's so annoying. Yeah. Not only just the company being in the past, that's annoying on its own. But then having to hear from other people how far in the past the company is in when I'm in IT.
Yeah, because then people look at you like,
Bro!
yo, why y'all text shit on?
Bro,
Like,
why do I still got typewriters? That's nothing to do with me.
Y'all should
I
never
have,
have
yo, it is my number one goal. This is a part of this whole online thing. It's a part of my actual goal. Get rid of these motherfucking typewriters. That's my number one.
How do y'all have
promise you.
typewriters, yo?
Because
Hold on, let me ask you this. They're at least electric typewriters, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But
It's still not better. It's not much better.
You
It's not
say
much
that as
better.
if that makes it better. It makes it no better. It makes it no better at all. Yeah.
Why do y'all
reason-
have typewriters, yo? I don't understand. I don't understand.
Because
I don't understand.
I can tell you. I can explain it very well. I know the reason it still doesn't. It's just like my situation with that vice president. I know. I know exactly why she feels the way that she feels, but the actual like the core isn't actually valid. Like, the reason that we have typewriters is because we were run completely. Yes, Mike. We were.
I need my
run-
monocle to read.
Yes, you do. We were run completely by older people who didn't necessarily see the value
How much
in
older?
moving forward.
Like when you say older people, how much older?
There are, I want to say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to say 7 vice presidents are at least in their late 60s.
All right, so what I'm gonna say is Warren Buffett is probably older than them, and I can guarantee you he don't have a single goddamn typewriter in anything that he
Well,
owns.
here's the thing. Warren Buffett also probably didn't make those type of decisions. Like his expertise is money.
Yeah.
Anything there are probably old things that he keeps as far as money is concerned and money management is concerned.
He's probably got a money
that
clip.
He will never change. Right. And that's what I'm saying. So like as far as what his expertise is, there are probably old things that he keeps. Whether it's physical things or whether it's concepts. It's probably old things that he keeps that may or may not be better if they're newer, but they work for him, so he's not going to change them.
Probably so.
And
I just
that's what
think
they do.
So do y'all have abacuses in that?
No, nigga.
Yeah, not, oh.
Anyway, so here's the thing. So that I'm saying that to say, so because of that and because of that mindset, I'll just give you an example. This is what used to be the case. It's not no more. So that's funny. So what used to happen is, for instance, Windows 95 comes out. I'm sorry, Windows 98 comes out, and they have Windows 95. Now again, I wasn't there then, but I'm just an example.
Right.
Windows 90, they have Windows 95. Windows 98 comes out. Windows 95 is still working for them, and Microsoft hasn't end of lifed it, so they're not going to do Windows 98. All right,
Okay,
Windows XP comes out. All right, Windows 95 is still working for them, and there's no end of life for Microsoft, so they're still going to use Windows 95. Windows Vista comes out. There's finally an end of life for Windows 95. And Microsoft puts the end of life for Windows 95 and Windows 98 out around the same time. So because their hands forced, and it doesn't make sense, like it really makes no sense to go to 98, they'll jump to XP.
Right.
So Windows 7 comes out. XP is working for them. I was here then. I was here at this point. Windows 7 comes out. XP is working for them. There's no end of life from Microsoft. They're going to stick with that. Windows 8 comes out. There's no end of life for XP. It's still working for them. They're going to stick with that. Windows 10 comes out. There's an end of life for XP now. And there was also an end of life for Vista around the same time as the end of life for XP. And Windows 7, now I'm here now, so I can say to them, no, Windows 7 is cool. we can start moving to Windows 7. But when we started moving to Windows 7, then Microsoft started the end of life for Windows 7. So I'm like, all right, there's absolutely no reason for us to go to Windows 8. Let's just go to Windows 10.
Yeah. But my issue though is it's a little different with this because there are some Windows will release an update and software. Sometimes it's not all the time, but sometimes software that you have been using effectively for years, all of a sudden acts ass with this new update.
Here's the thing about that. That is from my experience. That is not an issue for companies. That is way more an issue for consumer products. For business products, that is not the case. The database that we use is Microsoft Works. Microsoft Works, the version that we use, came out in 1998.
Well, it's in the name glitches? That it works.
Shut up. Are there some glitches that it doesn't work optimally? Absolutely. But for the most part, it still works.
I'm feeling like it's time for them to upgrade the idea of what a business is.
No, here's the thing. If it was a situation where the vice presidents, if it was a situation where whatever you are the vice president of, you had supreme control over that.
No Windows Millennium Edition.
No, we didn't do Windows. I completely skipped Windows 2000 because again,
I did too.
It was the same. It fit into the same category as Vista for them. So we definitely skipped. We skipped 2000. We skipped Vista. We skipped 8 and 8.1. Yeah, but they if every vice president that is in charge of something was the last say, this would be different.
Right.
But it's not the case. There's still a president above all of that.
Biden.
So, no. When my boss Nell got into the job, a lot of shit started changing, but her boss is still the same person.
Yeah, so it's gonna
So it's only so much she can actually do at a certain pace.
Right.
I do feel like eventually everything will get to where it needs to be, but again, it has to be paced. Because we've only really started actively trying to be current within the last
What's going to happen if the bag comes in and you leave before
nigga, listen, I don't know. Because if
you're spearheading the idea of modernizing shit there, and then you're gone.
Remember I had mentioned to you offline that opportunity that I had mentioned to you. If that happens, I don't know what they're gonna do.
That's what I'm sitting there thinking.
I have no idea what they're gonna do.
If the bag comes in and you like, it just does not make sense for me to stay here. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you're out.
I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what they're gonna do. What I do know is that my supervisor is not my supervisor and my boss are uniquely aware that this is a possibility.
Oh.
I would imagine that. I don't know. I don't know because again, like I said, they only have but so much power. There's still a boss above them.
That's true.
So I don't know. I couldn't begin to tell you. What I could tell you is I love Debbie. But
I knew that word was coming. The moment you started with I love.
Listen. I don't know if most of what I do for real, that's not part of my job description at work, is I know who the right people to talk to are. And I know in general how I need to talk to them.
Right.
So when the people that are close to me have these issues, that's how I help them. I let them know who the right person to talk to probably is, and the right way to talk to them.
Absolutely.
I don't know I think without me, she would be a lot more frustrated and may not be able to get some of the things that she absolutely is capable of getting done because she might let the frustration take over.
No, that's facts.
Like I kind of help her stave off the frustration. Like, yo, calm down. No, this is a problem that you contributed to with your inaction. Now it's time for you to be active. That's all it is. There's no reason to be frustrated. There's no reason to be upset. What's done is done. Let's be solution oriented. This is how this problem was created. So you now have to counteract that. That's the only way that this is going to be fixed. That's the only way that this is going to be able to move forward. You have to counteract that. But you have to be consistent with what you're trying to do because the problem has been created and somebody else has gotten to the people above you's head and made them think that you are wrong. So as petty as you may think it is, whatever the case may be, you now have to hold that person accountable.
That's a fact.
And report any issues to the people above y'all. Because they're now, like, the current situation is the person that's in opposition with you is in good with them.
Yep.
You can't do. Perfect prime example. There's somebody that is below her and is causing small issues here and there, small issues.
Compound issues.
But some people, because this person is very personable, very good at portions of their job.
Charismatic.
Very good. Bruh.
They cut dope promos.
Nigga. Got everybody chanting their name. Honestly, like they're very good at a good portion of what their job is. Like very good. But if you don't nip these little issues in the bud now, this situation is going to galvanize.
It is.
And the people above you are going to like this person, and they're going to be able to get away with shit.
Yep.
That they shouldn't be getting away with.
The problem is he might get away with it.
Oh, no,
he would get away with it.
Listen, if you get into like, my company is nepotism. That's just what it is.
Small, too. So
that's what my company is. Yeah. Family and friends, if you build a relationship, that's one of the reasons why I'm in this situation,
if you will.
Bruh, that's one of the reasons I'm in the situation I am. Because I've never had any major issues with any of the vice presidents or anything like that. Like, I'm a people watcher.
When they think of you, they don't think of anything negative, corrosive.
Bruh, think about it. Let me be clear. In no way am I hinting that the people in charge at my job are racist. Because I don't want that to somehow
I don't want this to be a takeaway
from what I'm about to
from
say.
that.
But I go to work every day with a mask that says addicted to black. Every single day. I walk around with dreadlocks, beard.
Facts.
I'm allowed to be me. I don't think that's a coincidence. I don't think it's just because
they're so progressively minded.
I don't think it's that. I think it's because they've grown to know who I am, how I deal with things.
You worked there since you was 10, so it's like, you know what I'm saying?
I was literally 14. Like, I literally was 14.
I'm not that far off.
You're not that far off.
Right?
So like, I think that's a good thing for life in general. It's magnified because of my job is a small company. Sure, it's magnified. But that's really your real thing in life. Like, it's who you know.
It's the one thing that I've noticed that a lot of people who are in careers that are largely dependent on their public persona don't get. And it's crazy when I see these people not realize that the reason why motherfuckers fuck with you is because they fuck with you.
That's it.
They don't have to buy your shit. They don't have to support your projects. The reason why they fuck with you is because the presentation of yourself that you have shown them over the years is someone they go, I can have a beer with that guy.
They
I could-
relate or they admire or
right.
whatever the case may
Right.
be.
And the moment,
Generally, if they think
you
you're
fuck that
shitty-
up, yeah,
Right.
once you fuck that up, it's a little hard to get that back, man.
Bruh.
A little hard to get that back.
It's that simple, and we don't even got to go as far as famous people or
No.
like entrepreneurs. Like if you are a DP, a director of photography,
Yeah.
there are often times that simply someone knowing you, simply someone knowing somebody that you know,
Absolutely.
are gonna get you that job over somebody
Absolutely.
else. Somebody else may have more experience than you.
Yep. But they know you.
Somebody else, they know
And their
you.
experience with
and they
you
know that
has
you're
been a good one.
capable.
Right.
You don't always have to be the best.
Or the most
Sometimes you just have to be adequate.
Right.
If you're adequate, if you,
I would argue.
no. If you are good enough to get the job done, and actually get the job, and actually get the job done.
Right.
Sometimes it's not about that. Like there's a point of diminishing returns for skill of a person.
That's true.
Because technology can only go so far. At current technology can only go so far.
Yeah, and also what you're charging for it too.
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying?
All of this shit matters.
All of it matters.
All of it. You can't exclude some of it. You may be able to get over, but
Right.
all this shit matters.
Mike, I completely relate to this post right here. I worked on a CNC machine for a little while. I remember when I first got into they was using some old dumbass shit that was fucking up. It was fucking up stuff to the point, to the degree that the company was getting a bad reputation for the rifles. They said that these rifles always jam. And the reason why is because for whatever reason, with this older program, whatever they're using for the CNC machine, when they was in there making the receivers, which is the most important part of the rifle, it kept fucking up the headspace. Fucks up the headspace, and that trick goes back. It slowly but surely it's gonna miss. And then when they would send shit to get heat treated, something was fucking up over there. So now the metal was soft. So it works for a little while, but then as that bolt keeps hitting back, it makes a little dent in there, and all of a sudden, jam. And I start looking in gun magazine. I remember going into the office with the owner and the general manager having the meetings, and they talking about, look at this article, because in these gun books, the biggest con of Arms Corps of America M14s, the head spacing is always ass. Always ass. So it's going to jam on you. You might fire 5 or 6 good times, and then the motherfucker don't. Yeah. So when they got the new computer shit, when I say new, I mean new for this time, because this was years ago. When they got the new shit, they struggled to find machinists who could even understand that. So they had quite a few people coming in that would give up at the, well, I don't know. And they finally got my man Chezzy in there. Chezzy came up in that bitch and was like, oh yeah, younger than all the other ones that came in, but he was more familiar with the newer software, newer tech for this than all them other guys. And next thing you know, the problem went away. So, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
But yeah, it's a whole mess. It's a whole combination of things. It's a whole, like, it's life. It's how the shit goes. So let me go over this Twitter situation before I get into the real thing I want to fuss at. People, bruh. So this woman who lives in Maryland.
Interesting.
She where is it? Wow, I hate when that happens. I saved it. Let me see if it's on my other joint, because I have like 4 Twitter accounts for some reason. And I
Yo, it's 1 o'clock.
This one. Okay. Why didn't it save? Ugh, I hate when Twitter does this. I hit the damn like button and it didn't like it. What's her name? I did a search for her on Face Bickety.
Face bigoted.
Bianca. Okay, so we do the little search for Bianca. School system. Bitchest? Bitchest.
What? Wait a minute, that's a thing? I didn't know that was a thing.
God damn it. No, it's a thing. Okay, alright, so bitchest boys. Bitchest boys. Bitches. That should tell you how crazy this is about to be.
Yeah, that sounds weird.
Bitchest boys. Yo, I'm so mad that Twitter didn't save shit. I hit the button.
Maybe they got rid of it.
I don't know.
They might have got rid of the post.
No, the dude. So, I guess it's possible. It's possible because the dude was calling for her for the school system to fire her and all.
Oh yeah, she probably got that the fuck up out of here.
I went to her Twitter, and it's private now.
Yeah, yo. Yeah.
But he had screenshots. He wasn't like quote tweeting or anything.
Mm-hmm.
He had screenshots. Basically, she was saying something to the effect of, "Oh, y'all women need to stop doing something with y'all little boys, and y'all need to get their daddies around, cause I ain't never seen so many. These the bitchest boys I've ever seen in my life, or some shit like that."
Can I say this? That oversimplification of whatever criticism you have of the males in this day and time makes you look bad. You don't get out of my face with the whole you better bring their daddies around. Y'all know nothing about my biological father. The best thing my mom did was get us the fuck away from him. Mm-hmm. So this idea that these niggas ain't toxic as fuck, and you think that just having the biological father, whatever dad in that space is somehow going to turn that child's life around and for the better? Nah, because it's always the adults that ruin their kids. Always. You have the wrong adults around your kid and they imprint on them and start taking examples from them and being influenced by them, a lot of shit can go fucking wrong. So when I see these people get on these social media sites and start extolling the virtues of having the father's got to be, you don't know that, man. You don't know what kind of asshole he is. Fuck is you talking about? And you don't know why that woman decided, nah, nigga, nah, it's probably better for me to not have this guy around them because he's going to either abuse them physically, psychologically, emotionally. And somebody else is going to try to pick those pieces up when the child get older. That's irresponsible. They automatically assume that because the guy's not in the picture, it's because the mom chased him away or she was being loose or what. That's not. Y'all need to chill with that stupid shit. Y'all really do.
I mean, in some cases, you don't even know if he's
Facts.
lying or not.
Facts.
Like, you don't have any intimate information about these kids for real.
You don't know nothing about it. You just see what you see on some video 10-second, 20-second video of a kid doing something, and you automatically try to assume there's no father, and that's the reason. McKenna's right. Would rather have an absent biological parent than a shitty toxic one in your life. Like,
found it.
Oh shit.
So he says, Bianca Robinson, a school teacher with PG County Schools in Maryland. And then he says, Twitter, do your thing. This is the screenshot.
Oh, she live up here with me, or around this area.
Mm-hmm. What up, Vermin?
What up, Vermin?
This is the screenshot. This is what she posted yesterday at 10:26, and it's clearly been deleted because it says this tweet has been deleted in the screenshot. He got lucky.
Yes, he did.
If he would have refreshed, he wouldn't have been able to get the screenshot.
Right.
But anyway, she says, Black women raising boys, please stop letting your sons pick up your female traits. I have the bitchest boys in my class. I know y'all have some men around somewhere. This shit is getting ridiculous.
Again, the assumption. Oh, you need some men around. You don't shut the fuck up. Seriously, that's all. How many times have we said on this show that there's always the option to shut the fuck up? You don't have to say everything your rat's nest of an infested mind thinks. You don't have to say that. And she sounds like her head is a bag of wet cats.
Oh, I didn't see this one before. This is another screenshot from her that somebody grabbed before she protected her shit. Because, of course, in the comments, there's people defending.
Guard your grill.
Blah, blah, blah.
Of course.
Listen. One of some lovely young lady says, why y'all defending her and she talks like this? And this is the screenshot. I'm sick of schools hiring flamboyant gay men over straight men. I know this is done on purpose.
What I tell you. Yo, you can always, if you let motherfuckers talk long enough, they'll show you what's wrong with them. Just let them talk long enough. They'll show you. Like, what's it?
Yo, and a lot of this back and forth, like I said, one of the reasons I enjoy Twitter is because you get to see the back and forth. Like, there are people who legitimately live their lives in ways such that they really close themselves off to the other perspectives and shit.
That's a fact.
So, like, if I say shit I used to post on my old Facebook about how black men treat
what up,
women,
Freethinker? Yeah.
What up? I would have people not on the post because they don't want that smoke.
Right.
But I would have people say to me, like, maybe in a DM or might text me or something like that, like, you're exaggerating. So I'm so happy that we have Twitter. So that comment I just read, somebody commented, some dude commented under it, I agree with her. Somebody responds to him, all right, how about you fill out the application? Somebody else says, boys do need their fathers around. Her manner in conveying the message is wrong, but the concept is right. Somebody responds to him, a teacher is calling black boys bitches, sir.
Yeah.
Let's focus.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm trying to figure out, because when I hear this type of shit, this will be one of the same type of people that'll get in a situation with one of these toxic ass old school dudes that want to control everything she do, they want to know every place she's going, and calls himself the head of the household.
bruh.
All right. Then you'll be mad, start talking all this progressive shit about how it's a different day and time, and blah, 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 but you're still clinging on to the things that create those type of people.
Conservative ass motherfuckers.
It's the stupidest shit I've ever heard, and it's like, I don't know what you want from these children.
Bruh.
What do you want? What do you expect?
Some of that is
want from them?
in here too. Now, again, the other reason that I love Twitter is not just being able to see the other side, but it's also watching people actually check these dumb.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
Somebody else says, let's be for real. She not wrong. Women coddle their sons. This is a woman, by the way. Women coddle their sons. They lack accountability, honesty, and manners because of it. The fact that a man is doing all this proves her point. And somebody responds to her, you're literally a part of the problem.
My thing. One thing we gonna have to come to grips with, and this is across all demographics, there will always be members of that demographic.
Oh, always. Yeah.
That I'm speaking specifically to marginalized demographics. There will always be members of that demographic who will over-identify to the point of nausea with the dominant demographic, that one that's in control over
endangerment,
and over the people that are in their group. It will always be that. I've seen it happen numerous times. We're gonna talk about somebody later that's doing that. Like, this is the thing. So you should never be surprised if you see a woman spewing misogynistic
exactly
bullshit.
I just like to simplify it and call it all Stockholm syndrome. So another woman. Y'all stay trying to get people fired. Somebody responding to her. Somebody responding to her says, yeah, black kids need protection from some of y'all.
Yeah,
and if
some of y'all shouldn't be around these
means
kids.
Some people lose their jobs, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm good with, like, y'all stay trying to get people fired. Look, you say that to the doctor who was while their patient was knocked out with anesthetic, filling them up and doing shit. Y'all stay trying to get people fired,
bruh.
Like, yeah, some people need to be fired, motherfucker.
Yeah, motherfucker. Yo, somebody said literally, is this Yoshi?
Yoshi G?
Yo.
The battle rapper?
I already didn't like her.
Me either.
She says she probably had a hard day. Damn.
Exactly, Freethinker.
Yoshi, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Yoshi, shut the... Just...
Wow.
I know most of y'all don't watch battle rap. Y'all don't know about Yoshi. But let me just say this. If you ever decide to get in it and she's still doing it, please understand, never listen to anything she says, because the level of
she's a skilled battle rapper.
She all right.
Yeah,
but,
she's a skilled battle rapper.
But
as far as outside of a battle,
if you if you literally look at just some of the stuff she says,
bruh,
you will see what the fuck we talk about, yo. Like, shut the fuck up, Yoshi.
What the fuck is going on?
Shut the fuck up.
How the fuck did Yoshi get into this conversation is what I'm really...
Because Twitter.
Sure.
Everybody can see the shit, and if it goes viral in any sort of way, you'd be surprised to overlap of motherfuckers to see that same shit.
Another woman. The amount of people crying at this thread is triggering. She said what she said. Damn, people can't have an opinion no more. See, here's the thing that a lot of people overlook, right?
That sentiment, by the way, overdone, overused.
Wait. So the common thing is people who take their opinion too seriously. That's the common thing. That's the common problem that anybody can spot out a mile away, right?
Mm-hmm.
The inverse of that
say it again.
is just as dangerous.
Say it
you
again.
have to realize that certain people's opinion hold a lot of fucking weight.
Yeah.
This is an educator. It's the person that's shaping young minds.
I was about to say that. She's shaping the minds of young people, and she's on his...
Yes, your opinions matter. Your opinions hold more weight than mine.
Yeah, your opinions matter. Like, yo, I swear, motherfuckers kill me with this shit, where they constantly demonstrate a lack of nuance on these topics. So yes, if I say to you, I like oranges better than apples, that is my opinion. That doesn't negatively affect anybody else out there. But if I say to you, all Mexicans should die, that's just my opinion.
Right.
This is a different scope of what we're dealing with here.
But also, if I start saying to you that, you know what, I don't really believe all the whole the moon walking and all that other
Right,
shit, and
right.
and the Earth, it might actually be flat.
Right.
That's one thing. If Neil deGrasse Tyson starts saying shit like that,
Oh,
that's a whole different.
You ain't even got to go to Neil. Go to this teacher. If this
Facts.
teacher's in class
Facts.
saying that shit to these kids,
It's a vast difference.
It's different, bro.
Same
Right.
sentiment, different context.
Yeah.
Context matters.
Yeah.
No, it's not just an opinion when you are in a unique position of shaping young minds.
Come on, man.
It's your opinion on young minds.
They
That has to do with your job.
They see you as an authority. They see you as somebody they get the answers from. You need to be checked. You need to be checked. Shit crazy, bro. Like, but people tend to lack nuance on this and very many topics, but this specifically, because one, something you said earlier, people that hold their own opinions in high regard, to the point where no, this is a necessity that has to be said. No, it don't. No, it don't. You don't.
Oh my God. I love this comment. She says, "Oh, the people in the comments defending this behavior. This person should not be teaching children because if she's comfortable saying this on Twitter, she's probably committing microaggressions against them in class.
All that. Yes, she is.
It's that simple.
Can I give you guys just an example from my childhood with teachers that are like this one?
Bro.
I was like in 4th, 5th grade-ish, and there was a teacher, Miss Harris. Miss Harris was one of the most aggressively ignorant, as far as the way she related to children, teachers that I have ever had the misfortune of being in their class. My sister also had to deal with Miss Harris. Miss Harris, it was clear, did not like children. It's clear. And don't ask me why. I don't know. Maybe she started out on a path and thought that, hey, yeah, but then maybe over the years of experience, maybe she's had bad. I don't know. But whatever it is, she should not have been teaching children. So I had to deal with it. And because I was a boy, when I was going to say, yo, this teacher ain't right, nobody listen to me.
Right.
When I got out of that grade, my sister was a year behind me. She winds up coming in that same class. Miss Hurst did not change. The same way she was talking to me, she was talking to everybody else. And she tried that with my sister. Oh, no. See, my sister was the only girl and the youngest child. My grandmother wasn't having it.
Right.
She came up there, leaned on her. Okay, whatever. But that's one situation and not enough to change the overall behavior because she's still doing this to she was still doing it to other kids. Lo and behold, the fruits of her labor of being an asshole to these kids, it came around when somebody's parent, after getting the report from their child that Miss Hurst was up there doing what she do, this disrespectful, overly aggressive posture with these kids, the mother came up to that school, beat her ass, and stabbed her in her hand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. See, you got to get these sort of people the fuck out of these kids' faces and out of these kids' classrooms. You got to, because if you don't, everybody's not going to take that with her. I'm going to go to the school board. Some motherfuckers, years ago, did you hear? I don't know how old you was when this happened. This one, Siobhan was still a little baby. So this was like 25 years ago or some shit, right? There was a situation, I think it was up Southwestern or Walbrook. I cannot remember which school it was. Parent-teacher conference. From all reports I was hearing, teacher was ass. Parent goes up there. One thing leads to another. The student attacks the teacher while the parent was there. You know what the parent does? Locks the door to prevent anybody from coming up in there. You gotta get these teachers that are like that out of there, because there are people out here that's not. They gonna do extra. They're gonna do extra. It's
That
not
matters.
That
That
shit
ma-
matters.
Yo, see, and now I had a teacher that had some issues. Now I don't think nobody beat her ass.
Right.
She might end up getting fired. I don't know, because I left. I only spent 1 year at Rockland, but she had the class
West
separated.
Baltimore Mental School.
She had the class separated between good kids and bad kids.
Oh, she's violating.
My mother.
You was in the bad kid side, wasn't you?
Oh, of course. Come on now. I had never seen my mother this upset. My mother went up to that school and some words were had. Now, I had to stay in the child's place, so I didn't get to hear what the conversation was.
Of course you did.
But, nigga, that shit ended immediately. The very next day, that shit was it was, I was like, oh.
You know what the bad part about all of this is? There are a ton of good fucking teachers that
Absolutely.
are not getting paid enough. They don't get respected for their profession as much as they should. They have to deal with shitty administrations. They have to deal with the shitty school board and even shittier parents. They have to take the flack.
Yeah.
For these fucking morons that will go on Twitter and call a whole bunch of kids bitches.
Mm-hmm.
They got to take the flack for that shit.
Yeah. This is your representative. Because in a lot of situations, and it's just how humans are wired, when you're doing your best, usually a good sign of that is nobody knowing you.
Yeah.
Or nobody calling your name. Like,
yeah.
Like it's a joke, but it's true that it goes to like sports. Like in football, if you're an offensive lineman, usually the way that we know that you're doing good is we don't hear your name.
Yeah, it's fact.
And
it's like that in a lot of shit, yo. Like
a lot of shit. Yo.
I've literally had bosses and managers say that shit. Where, well, I don't need to pat you on your back for what you did. The compliment is me never having to say crazy shit to you. Now I don't buy into all of that.
Nah, that's not
because that's a wild bar, and I found that I got
that's a way around actually compensating someone.
Yeah, bro. Because I have literally got way better performance from employees that worked for me by periodically telling them they're doing a good job. Yo.
Right.
Fantastic job. Yo. Oh, yeah,
People
my man.
like
Good. I always
fucking validate.
Exactly. They want to be validated. You know what I'm saying? And I find that goes about as far as putting more money in their pocket. Like, letting them know they're doing a good job. And be willing to stand up for them when it's time to get their money. You know what I'm saying? People want to hear that shit. They want to know that their work is being appreciated. And they know that the motherfuckers up on the high end ain't even seeing what they doing. So somebody's got to be there. And you're the guy that's supposed to be evaluating their work and shit. Just telling them, no, yo, good job. Appreciate y'all. Blah, blah, blah.
Yo,
that shit goes a long way.
That's why you will never hear me get up here and say anything bad about my boss.
There it is. There it is.
Always got our back. Again, if we wrong, she has our back first.
And then she comes to you.
And then she tries to figure out.
That's right.
All right, what actually happened?
That's right.
What actually happened? I told you to do this. Did you do this? If the answer is yes, all right, cool.
Right.
The answer is no. Hey, no. You need to make sure you blah, 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 blah. Do what you're supposed to do, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. It's.
Hold on for a second, bro.
The kid thing is another example of different opinions. Because I was dealing with this woman one time where I mentioned something about bad kids. And she was like, well, I don't believe children are good or bad and blah, blah. It's like, no. I don't mean it in a way like that. I'm not a person that has children. I'm not an educator of children. I don't deal with children on any regular basis. Me saying that is inconsequential because I'm talking to adults about children, and there's a certain understanding that they should be able to have. And if you want to correct me, sure, but you shouldn't feel offended in any way if I refer to a child as bad when I'm an adult, especially if I'm not talking about your child. But coming from an educator, from a coach, from any type of person that's supposed to be dealing with shaping, no, you can't have that opinion because there are no actions that we make as humans that are completely independent of our thoughts and feelings. It's just not how that works. Even if it's something you don't agree with, you're doing it for a reason. Whether that be pressure from a superior, whatever the case may be. So yeah, there's no. It's different. Me saying that a child is bad, and not a particular child, but just saying bad children, is not the same as a teacher saying bad children.
Yeah, but
it's not the same. It doesn't hold the same amount of weight because again, I don't teach children and I don't have children. So me having that opinion, even though I don't mean it the way it sounds, but even if I did have that opinion, it's inconsequential because
you're not there. You're not in a position to shape and fuck up people's kids.
Bruh.
You're not in that position to do that shit. Like, yeah, she needs to be fired immediately. Y'all stay trying to give people, yup. And here's another note. We gonna stay trying to get shitty people fired.
Mm-hmm.
So get used to it.
Oh yeah.
Get used to it. Get used to it.
What? So here comes another woman. If y'all pay attention to all the pages complaining about this teacher's statement, it's nothing but feminine men and feminist women that has a problem with what she said.
So one of the things that I have come to the realization.
Yo, wait. See, now this is an example of someone showing how fucking stupid they are. Yo, this bugs me. Some guy gets on here and says, isn't it ironic that Marcus the Stallion is tight about a teacher saying male students are picking up female traits? I think her delivery was whack, but I understand what she's saying. But now a hit dog is hollering. Doxing is also a masculine thing, not a masculine thing to do. Now here's the thing. So tell me you get your education from pop culture without telling me you get your education from pop culture.
For real.
Stallions are male horses.
They're male horses, B. Shut up.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Let that
Meg
sit.
the Stallion is famous, so you think that a stallion has something to do with a female.
And let me just say this too. When that slang, because that stallion slang is old. That's some old shit in the black community.
That's
old.
I think it started in Texas.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
A lot of these people were very ignorant to what was what. For what was what. So they used that because look at the horse. Horse is all thick and these thick thighs and thick legs. And they look at this like a stallion. Stallions are guys.
Stallions are
guys.
male horses. Like what?
So when you sitting here, as you sit here now and extol the virtues of masculinity and all this other shit that you saying out your mouth, I need you to know that. All right? I need you to know that. It's one of the reasons I can't with these people, yo. I can't.
Yo, I just don't.
I can't, yo.
I've lost faith. Like,
yeah. Oh man. You know, it's an old saying that a cynic is somebody once who cared a lot and was severely disappointed. I can't. But most things I'm skeptical, but some things I'm cynical.
Sure. Somebody has some interesting energy. She said, if this was a white teacher insulting their black students, the replies would be so different.
They would be.
They would be.
They would be.
I hate to admit it, but
they would be absolutely different.
We know that they would be different.
They would be different.
It's y'all in this thread defending her that's gagging me. Can we stop picking and choosing shit we deem to be inappropriate? You don't violate or disrespect children, especially when you're a mother. Period. That's how that's supposed to.
When you're a mother,
that is how that's supposed
to work.
Teacher.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Why isn't that malpractice. That's malpractice.
Yo. So, okay. So this dude says, wait, y'all cool with doxing this black woman, but we had to hear people complain about the therapist getting doxed. So somebody responds to him and says, yes, because the therapist wasn't being homophobic and harmful to children.
No.
Are you okay? He says, so we can say slurs and harmful things to adults but not children.
He's not okay. He just answered
even though those same children eventually become adults.
This is the dumbest shit I've ever. So you might look. So bro, are you saying you can have sex with children because they're gonna eventually become adult? Yo, shut the fuck up! Like seriously, shut the fuck up!
Yo,
are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That shit is because they eventually become adults. So, yo, this shit is so stupid, yo. But when you see the one thing about Twitter and Facebook to a certain extent at a certain period of time, but mostly you see it on Twitter, it's a deluge of the ignorance of humanity, right? You can get in some threads and you just go down there for almost 100. It's just the dumbest shit. Like on Facebook, you get that somebody posts something and you go under their post and you might see a long thread of the dumbest shit ever. But on Twitter, it's bang, 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 bang. All it takes is a refresh. And you get to some more dumb shit. Dumb shit.
So somebody said, somebody said, all right, some people are missing the point. That she is an educator that has validated FERPA, a contract that teachers have to sign to be educators. It's like an oath that teachers swear to not spew personal information about their students or talk about their personal
And yet
accounts.
here we are.
It's law. So the dude responds to her and says, there's no student called by name. Teachers are allowed to have opinions outside of the classroom. In addition to this, freedom of speech may be protected here. Again, freedom of speech is against the government. But anyway, teachers are allowed to say their kids are annoying, even if you don't agree that they think.
She didn't say that.
That's not the fuck she said. But okay, wait. That being said, it is a dumb opinion, but ruining someone's life, we got better things to do, man. Somebody responded to.
No, we don't.
That's what somebody said. Somebody responded to him. Said, no, we don't.
No, we don't. We talking about kids. No, the welfare
we talking
kids.
about
We
children.
always got time.
What the fuck?
Always
We're
got
talking
time.
about yo. Oh my god.
Always got time.
My god. What is going on here?
I will almost guarantee you that some of the people in that thread are the ones to be out there accusing teachers of grooming, but yet you don't have the same energy. This is the part that kills. To me, this is the equivalent of when I see people who run around this motherfucker all day on their sleeve that they're patriots. I'm a patriot. And then as soon as some shit happens, that clearly doesn't matter what side doing it, as soon as some shit happens, you clearly go, this is some unpatriotic bullshit. Matter of fact, this is a danger to the country. They got no energy for it. They won't even speak on it. They won't even speak on it. You phony as shit. Like that post I sent you where the woman was like, oh, the Democrats are running on pot abortions in January 6th. January 6th. That was an affront to the ideals of the nation. Like literally, if you're a patriot, you're supposed to because foreign and domestic. Domestic. You should have saw that video footage when this shit was happening, and your blood should have boiled. Mr. James Madison over there.
Yo, again, foreign and domestic.
Yo, and I'm glad you bring that up. Because let that have been some Afghanis.
Bruh. It would
rushing the y'all would have been sitting there going, this is an outrage.
They would have been begging the people to bomb the Capitol.
Go back to war. Time to go back to war.
Yeah.
We gotta go back.
Bruh.
But y'all don't have the same energy
I'll be right back.
At all. So don't miss me with the you not Captain America over here. Fuck out of here. No, you not. You couldn't possibly be. You couldn't possibly see an institution get attacked in this way and not say it doesn't matter who did it, for what reason. We ain't going for that. Fuck you, you're scum. And by the way, some of them people are actually like getting time for this shit.
Bruh.
So in a court of law, they were found guilty of sedition. So we're not having a conversation again about. We're not gonna have a conversation about was it or was it not. Some of these motherfuckers are actually going to jail for that shit. And the same way, much like y'all have all the faith in the world, when some cop gets off after killing some black a person in the street that was unarmed, and they go to court and they get off, and you go, well, that's just the system. Well, here's the system too. The system just said that these motherfuckers are guilty of sedition.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, that shit happened. That's what went down. Keep the same energy. Keep the same fucking energy.
That's it.
And if you run around here claiming patriotism and all this other shit like that and not mad at that, I'm looking at you crazy.
America.
Yeah, all right.
America.
Yeah.
America.
Hey, that dumbass shit.
Okay.
That shit.
All right. Let's get to this motherfucker because this is a funeral of sorts.
Yes.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
For the first time, I'm going to take a take that I had not even considered making before. I would like, and I know there's nothing I can do about it, but this is going to be my position moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Leave Kanye alone. Stop fucking talking about him. It's not helpful. None of this. Nothing is being accomplished by complaining about Kanye West, right? Because here's the reality of it.
It will never. It will.
It's not going to stop, and it doesn't actually have a tangible effect on anything. Leave that man alone. Let him be what the fuck whatever you want to classify it as him changing his opinions or having a mental breakdown, whatever the fuck you want to call the source of this shit. Let him have that shit with his $9 billion or whatever the fuck it is that he got. Like So I have a couple examples. Mos Def, I get it, but it's not.
The issue with Mos Def is, pointless or not, this is what rappers used to do. When rappers would talk about stuff, if you said something or did something out there, some rapper was going to respond to you. Mos Def comes from the era where, you doing some funny style shit?
Right.
Now, I would have preferred he done it to a beat, because I actually like Mos Def's raps. I'm saying
Absolutely.
I prefer he does to a beat, but he's from that era. There's going to be a response.
Mm-hmm.
There is, and it's going to be a response. Somebody's going to say something. But to your point, I feel like the outrage is the point, and because of that, we need to deny him.
Exactly.
The effect he's
Starve the
for.
troll.
Starve the troll.
In any other situation, he would be accurately identified as the troll that he is being. Mm-hmm. But because he is this musical genius, this fashion icon, and black, and used to be a fucking activist, we gotta hold him to some special. He's still a fucking troll. That's all he's doing.
So here's the thing. I get the whole trolling thing aspect of it, but there's something deeper going on there.
Oh, absolutely. No. There's something
absolutely
wrong with him.
Nigga, I troll.
There's something wrong with him. And here's the thing. This is a funny tangent. Whatever the issue is with him, whether it is the mental problems, whether it is
I ain't giving him that.
PTSD, whatever it is, doesn't matter, right? Because at a certain point, no matter what happens to you, particularly when you're a billionaire, you have some control over it.
Yeah, you do.
Like, not to say that because you have money, you can not have mental problems. What I mean is, because you have money, you don't have
get help.
You don't have the out of, oh, I can't afford to go to
Yeah,
therapy.
yeah, you can get help. You can get
Yeah,
help.
you can get help. You can absolutely get help. When it's one thing when other people are saying he's acting like this because of mental issues. It's another thing when he brings up his mental issues as an excuse
Right.
for behaving the way that he's behaving. No, no, I'm not accepting this bullshit. And then he gets on the interview with Tucker Carlson. And here's the thing: in the past, to differing degrees, I would probably have said the end justifies the means.
Mm-hmm.
This is not one of those situations because he got on there, basically he shitting on politicians, and his rhetoric in this interview was much more akin to his speaking points of the past, to quote unquote old Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fucking care. It doesn't matter. Like, because you went so far the other way, I cannot accept this as a bait and switch anymore. Like, an undercover police officer, if they are in the fucking underground and do horrible things to people consistently, I can't accept that, oh, you're on the... No, I can't... No, you did that shit.
You did it.
It don't matter what you say your reasons
And the
were.
results and the effect are the same. Like
They're
the way
same.
the way I see it is, somebody that you know went through a traumatic experience and is dealing with the ramifications of that emotionally and mentally. How much of an asshole do you look like to do and say things that trigger this person's trauma? You like an asshole. I don't care what your reasons are. You look like a fucking asshole. So my thing is, there is a certain segment of the population that either one, get off on it just that they just like to do it, or two, think they benefit from it in some way, shape, or form, financially, politically, whatever, to trigger a marginalized group who has had trauma from their children being burnt alive in churches, from their husbands and uncles and all that shit being swung from trees, from all years of this, these stories being passed down from generation to generation. Like, yo, this happened to Uncle such and such. This happened to Aunt such and such. This happened to blah, blah, blah. Years and years of that. Anybody that thinks it's cool or thinks they're getting the benefit to trigger a group like that, I have no use for you because you think it's funny.
Nope.
I have no use for you. None. So I don't care what his reason was. For some of you fucking monkeys running around here giving me this line about, well, you know, it's a publicity. Get the fuck out my face.
Because if true. It can also be a publicity stunt and be wrong. Like,
bottom line, what if I utilized your family trauma and then said to you, oh, it was just for publicity? But why is it, when it's personalized that way to you, you'll see what I'm talking about. You had a fucking car accident that was as a result of the alcoholism of your dad. And this car accident killed your two brothers and your mom. And I use that to get publicity. You'll go, yo, you're a monster. You're a fucking monster. But somehow you can't find a way to make that connection with marginalized groups that have been violently violated for centuries. And you're still trying to trigger them, still trying to make them feel away. Also, knowing certain unique things about our demographic would help. See, when we was 50 some odd, 60 some odd years ago, further back than that, we didn't have a lot of people in high positions to look to. that was in political positions or none of that shit. So what wound up happening with black folks is we started looking up to our celebrities. This is where you have back in the day, Ruby D, all these other what's the one? Harry Belafonte, all these other people that were in the entertainment space that put on that facts. Sidney Poitier, they put on their activist hats because they knew that their names, their profession afforded them certain leeway that the average black person didn't have at that time. So a lot of them would speak up on behalf of the community because they knew they could. So as a result of that, our community started looking at our celebrities. So if any of you ever wanted to ask the question for why black folks put a lot of stock into their sports figures, celebrities, singers, actresses, actors, you name it, that's why. Because there was a segment of time in this country where we did not have representation beyond that. So that's why it's triggering when we see.
Also, on top of that, I want to not miss this.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is a generalization. I know
Right.
every single person didn't have it this exact way.
not.
But with these stars, if you're black, you look at them as the symbol of success, the way to get to success.
It is.
So that is what you idolize. And
It
with
is.
idolization comes a bunch of other things. If
Right.
you're white and you look at your superstars, you look at them.
That's just
you like what
entertainment.
they do. That's entertainment. Because your uncle is a very successful dentist.
Right.
And your cousin is Wolf of Wall Street. And all this other shit. So,
Or you can see examples of people that aren't related to you but look like you in high positions. Go look at the Fortune 500 list. Go look at the makeup of Congress. Go look at the makeup over the years of the Supreme Court. And you see examples of people that resemble you being able to do these big things. They can do it. I can do that shit. They can do it. I can do
back
that shit.
then, we ain't really had it.
Nah. So
Of
we
course
look
it's more
at them.
now.
Yeah, it's more now. But
Yeah.
I would still challenge you to go and look right now at the makeup of a lot of those things I said and see what the majority is. So that's why there's this connection with us and our celebrity community, part of the community, because of those things. And when we see those of us that has made it, and we got accustomed to them saying the shit that defends us, the shit that protects us, in a society that is all too ready to take a shit on you, right? And then all of a sudden you see that person doing those things that are complete opposite of what we had the expectation of them doing. It's triggering. It's triggering. So this is why a lot of people are reacting the way they're reacting to it. Like I said earlier, if you want to make him irrelevant, don't even react. You remember that episode of The Simpsons? The Halloween episode, Treehouse of Terror shit, where all of the branding characters, like the big dude with the hold the donut on top of the store, and all of them, they all of a sudden started attacking and killing people. And the whole thing was just don't notice them. And they had to say, just don't look, just don't look. Yo, if you want to really shut that shit down and make it completely irrelevant, don't react to it.
Yeah.
Don't react. Like, fuck him. He's
That's
dead.
simple.
He's dead.
And
to
here's
me.
the thing.
You
Here's
know
the
what I'm
thing.
saying?
I am not only talking about the average person.
Right.
I'm talking about these. Yo, all of y'all, all of us need to leave that man alone. Let him be over there where he at. Because, prime example. So, I know a lot of people listening maybe may not have, but you watched that Diddy interview.
I did.
Diddy started off talking about the situation, you know, Kanye's a free thinker, blah, 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 blah. I like the fact that he's a free thinker. Not
Please,
on
can
this-
we end that too? I don't want to hear that no more from. I don't want to hear that.
Facts.
Fuck
Like, I like
outta
this
here.
fact, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. I love Kanye. He's my brother. Blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. Here's how Kanye repaid that. On October 7th, Kanye West took to Instagram to share text messages between himself and P. Diddy. in which the two rappers discussed meeting up to discuss their disagreement between Kanye's White Lives Matter t-shirts amidst his comments about ending the Black Lives Matter movement. Let me pause right there. I sent you that video yesterday. I don't know if you got a chance to watch it. Mm-hmm. Yo, Ryan Davis makes a very poignant point.
I saw it before you sent it.
Kanye says, I did this so we can end the whole scam of Black Lives Matter. Thank you. But when the last time y'all actually seen something from Black Lives Matter?
That shit ain't been popping for about 2 years. For about 2 years.
Yeah, so the slogan is a slogan that existed before.
They existed before the organization. Right.
And has roots in specifically police brutality, blah, 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 blah.
Grassroots activism.
It's two different things. They happen to share the same name.
Right.
And whatever. But anyway, so Kanye says, I didn't like our convo. I'm selling these teas. Nobody gets in between me and my money. This is my grandfather texting you now. Never call me with no bullshit like that again unless you're ready to greenlight me. Because anybody who got on that tea is me. Out of respect for everything you've meant to me, I'll be quiet. You're
not quiet. You just...
But now I know how I've hurt people I love with threats. Come do something illegal to me now, please.
I'm gonna say this, just on some street shit. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. It's not the first time he's done it. He did it to Jay before too. You a bitch. And here's the thing. I had this older woman once say to me, when she sees a situation take place between two guys, and one guy is loud as a motherfucker, yelling at the top, doing that, she says she going over there because that guy is calling for help.
Yep. You're
calling for help. Yeah, bitch, because he just tried to alert all law enforcement agents everywhere and have a record of, if he green lights me, he did the same thing to Jay-Z. The exact same fucking thing. Don't send them shooters at me.
Yeah.
You a bitch. So all that money, and you a bitch.
I'm sorry, let me hold up. Where are we? Where's the start? Cause he did it with more than just Diddy.
No, he did it to the one sister that made a comment on that shit too. He went and tried to attack her fashion and all that. Yo, he's a rabid animal out this motherfucker. And I again, but the other thing is another reason why people are not gonna stop talking about it is because name me a billionaire we don't talk about. You can't. Especially in the era
I can name a bunch of billionaires.
Eat the billionaires. Well, that's true too. But I'm talking about the ones that's in the public eye.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like
all right, so he continues. Puff said, as soon as I land, we'll meet face to face. Send me your address. Kanye says, nigga, fuck you, you fed.
I didn't even know this conversation took place, yo.
Bro.
I didn't even know this conversation took place.
Diddy said, nigga, send me the address. Let's stop playing these internet games. And don't feel threatened. You'll be fine. Just love. Kanye says, this ain't a game. I'm going to use you as an example to show the Jewish people that told you to call me that no one can threaten or influence me. I told you this was war.
Stop, though. So now, all of you motherfuckers that ran around here, run into this bastard's defense, he just tried to throw Jewish people under the fucking bus. Mm-hmm. He just dived headfirst right into all the stereotypical, bigoted bullshit about Jewish people that's been going on for how long? It's funny when he trolling black people.
Mm-hmm.
He need to get called out on that shit. You saw that shit, Mike? You see it? You see it?
He said, I'm going to just use an example to show the Jewish people that told you to call me that no one can threaten or influence me. I told you this was war. Now go and get you some business. Diddy responds, I'm just trying to talk to you as a black man, and I'm talking to you because this is hurting our people.
Problem. That's your first problem. That was your first problem right there.
And I'm talking to you because this is hurting our people. Stop. Kanye says, anything you text, I will post. I love you, and you guys are breaking my heart. I accept your apology in advance.
You can't tell me. Hold up. Wait a minute. That last one was from Diddy?
No, that last one was from Ye.
You can't tell me you love me after you just said all of this crazy shit to me, and then thought that I was going to try to put it out there that I was going to have something done to you. Nah, yo. No.
These
Mike,
are the reasons.
Mike, this right here, Mike.
Unprovoked.
This right here.
Mm-hmm. These are the reasons I'm saying we need to leave this motherfucker alone. We need to, the collective everybody, like, we need to leave this motherfucker alone. We need to leave him alone because he's clearly, whether you want to blame it on mental issue, whatever you want to blame it on,
right? It
is clear. It's evident. Leave this motherfucker alone. We should not even be caring about this motherfucker at this point. Like,
but there is a certain problem with that, though. I will say politically, he has a lot of money.
Oh yeah,
he has a lot of money to sink into campaigns. If he really, I don't believe we should be allowing anybody to walk around here without accountability, because that is not going to end well. And with people that have a lot of money and can just do what the fuck they want to do, when they get on, listen to what this nigga is saying, yo.
But hold on. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What's fucking accountability? There's literally nothing that we can do to Kanye.
There is some things that we can use as accountability, but of course it's going to be extremely difficult to do.
That's what I mean.
Extremely difficult.
Anything that could actually affect him in any way would require everybody to be on the same page, and that's never.
Or a good chunk.
A lot of people.
Yeah, to be on the same page.
That's never going to happen.
Yeah, but there are things we've literally seen people get dealt with once.
Absolutely.
Enough entities, and some. This is where the intersectionality shit has to come in, because the moment you start saying crazy shit about just all these other groups, you bit right in that. If they wanted to, they could. They couldn't shut them down. Look what happened to your boy. What's the face? Wild 'N Out boy.
Oh yeah, Nick.
They can't. They can't. They can. If they want, they can. If they want, so for the most part, black folks are powerless about that shit. They are.
Yeah.
But this is where intersectionality comes in. So keep talking. Keep talking. That's a wild bar. I think the Anti-Defamation League should really look into that statement he just said. I think they should really look into it. I'm just saying. Like Mike said, unprovoked. What they got to do with this? You just brought this whole other group into this, and then you hit them with the stereotypes that have plagued that group and literally caused violence. Recent. We're not talking recent violence. You using those stereotypes and those tropes. Remember that synagogue a couple of years ago just got shot the fuck up? That guy was using the same fucking tropes. He was using the same shit. And then your hyper influential ass just got on the biggest social media platform on the planet, and you just said some shit like that.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, I firmly believe in the mantra, I want to know. Oh, shit.
Oh, damn it. Here comes Napalm.
I fully believe in the mantra that I want to know the shit that I want to know the shit. I want to know my enemies. I'm firm about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there are exceptions to every rule. I don't need to know any more of this stupid shit.
No, we already see.
We know at this point.
I hope we're not stupid enough to act like we don't know at this point.
Right.
Because I be seeing too many comments that lead me to believe that there's a bunch of you brokies that still don't see it.
Let me defend some of these celebrities. I don't think that they are doing that. I think they're just playing the game. I don't think they're pretending to not know that Kanye is a fucking menace. I'm sure they
know.
That. I'm certain they know that. Because if you watch Diddy's response,
they know.
Eventually, you could see the passion in what he was saying, and he had to calm himself down.
Yep, because
they know, but there's a certain front you got to put on, and there are things that. All right, cool, I get that. But you work at Sam's. You don't actually lose anything.
Yo, you dumb.
I'm just saying. You work at Sam's. You don't actually lose anything by letting it be known that you know Kanye's off his fucking rocker.
Yeah.
You don't lose anything by acknowledging what is obvious to everybody that is witnessing this. Like,
and the other thing is, and I know it's just not a lot of people are going to think this way. I know this is me, but I'm usually a hammer at this shit.
Sure.
I am lessening the priority in my head about his mental illness, and I am prioritizing you're a person of bad character. That's just.
Oh no! You know
what I'm saying? That's me.
Let me be clear. The moment that you, as a person, start blaming your mental illness on the things that you do, that's out the window for me.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I still have a certain amount of compassion for that because that's a serious thing. But again, when you are someone in the position to be able to get help for these things,
and don't,
nah, B, I don't.
And let's take somebody like a Jeffrey Dahmer. Let's take Jeffrey Dahmer. It can be argued that Jeffrey Dahmer had a mental disorder.
Yeah.
None of the victims of his bullshit are going to allow you to use that to excuse the harm. Nobody. And I think a lot of our progressive thinking has backfired on us in that we have done a wonderful job of making people aware of the effects of mental illness.
But you overcorrected.
But in doing so, there's been some overcorrections in the narrative. This is what I mean by there's a difference between people that are in the fact-based space and the people that are in the narrative framing influencer space. Because those people in the narrative space don't necessarily have to connect what they're doing to facts.
Yo, Mike is...
You said I need to call the Jewish Space Force Laser Division.
Paul, I think that's fake, yo.
Between him and Michael Blackson, it probably.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Yo. But, I saw it.
I don't think Mike is going dumb hard with that. But like I said, man, there's been an overcorrection, and that's why the people that are in the narrative influencer space, they don't have to connect what they're saying to anything that's facts, like 1 + 1 is 2. No, it's clearly they're working on feelings and the overall tone, and they're trying to frame certain narratives out here, and they don't have to depend on facts. So you got to look at the type of person they are and what they show us that they are. Period. Because we're not dealing with facts. It's not a fact thing where I can go and check you and go, no. They're trying to change the way people think and feel about other people. We're not doing that.
To this new meth. Thanks.
I'm laughing because Napalm don't count. Look.
Yo, whoa. Save it for the studio, my guy.
Oh yeah. You don't know how to count.
Oh God.
They can barely read. Look,
God.
But no, man, me personally, I am done. He's ass. Yo, I'm done. Me personally, I'm done with giving motherfuckers that pass. I'm done. I'm looking at the harm you're doing first. I'm looking at the people.
Right.
I'm not going to look at Jeffrey Dahmer and go, wait a minute, guys. That guy that killed him in prison shouldn't have because he had mental health. I'm sorry.
Trying to do it to R. Kelly.
Oh my God!
He was molested, so this is obviously no.
Y'all overcorrecting.
No.
Prioritize the harm. And
because
the people
there
that's
are a
being
bunch
harmed.
of people who have this situation that didn't.
Yeah, I'm not.
So it's not
I'm
an
giving them-
absolute.
No, and nobody is above critiques. Nobody is above.
Bruh.
Nobody's above that. We're not doing that, and I don't care. I'm prior. Listen, if you were somebody that had these same issues, but you did not act on them, this is something you're dealing with. I'm all there. I'm like, yo, we got to get this man some help. But if you're someone that routinely harms others and then uses this as an excuse to be able to do that shit, I'm prioritizing the people that got hurt. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
I'm prioritizing people that got hurt.
I think it's a part of it that people don't understand percentages. So just because a large
Mind your
percentage
business.
of people who go back to the R. Kelly thing, for example,
Right.
just because the large percentage of the people who molest children were molested themselves doesn't mean that a large people that were molested molest children.
Could you say that again? No. Don't say it again. We're going to put that on a billboard. I'm willing to pay the money. The motherfuckers need to see that.
It's
Certain shit doesn't follow.
There are different stats.
Yeah.
The stats themselves have no correlation to each other.
Right.
One can be true while the other one is completely false.
Yeah.
Like you don't. It's not a flip around and it's the same. No, this isn't. What the fuck? This isn't a palindrome.
yo, facts.
Oh, I'm tired of y'all.
I'm so tired.
I hate y'all so much.
Yo, and since it's gonna make me
swear.
finish that fucking song. I swear it is, yo. Like I'm busy. I'm doing a lot of shit, trying to get into these two different creative spaces, but it's gonna make me finish that fucking song, yo. I'm so fucking tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all.
I'm sick. Yo, can we please leave Kanye alone? Let him be manic wherever the fuck he's gonna be manic and
but you know what? As a guy that was with as much money and influence he has, can Kanye leave us alone? Can he seriously?
Absolutely. Listen.
Can he leave us alone?
The more realistic thing, the more realistic thing is just leaving him alone.
What's that? Mars is hiring.
Like it's yo. I don't need any more information.
We don't need any more information about it.
I don't need any more information. I already know.
We know.
I already know. Like it's pointless at this point.
And this is what a lot of y'all that are listening to this on Spotify or whatever don't know. If you just coming across this podcast, there are very few bigger fans of his work musically than this guy over here.
Facts.
If he's saying that, by the way, he's not the only one, because I know I have quite a few people on my friends list who in the past would defend. They not doing it. And they're literally coming out saying, fuck him.
Yeah.
So those of you that are still carrying that torch or still think you're reading the tea leaves into some intention that he's doing for whatever reason, and you're just so much smarter than the rest of us, fuck you too.
Yo, let me express the difference, right? Because I've heard people compare listening to Kanye's music to listening to R. Kelly's music. Now, to be fair, in my opinion, I don't give a fuck if you listen to either one of them, because again, once art is released, it's no longer the artist; it's the consumer's thing to do with what they choose. But the key difference is, if you listen to R. Kelly's music, the music itself can remind you of the fucking crimes that he's responsible for. When you listen to Kanye's old music, he's actually talking the opposite of the fucking things that he's doing now. So it's a little different.
Yeah, it is a little different, but that could also affect different people different ways.
Absolutely.
Like the hypocrisy of
the
it
hypocrisy
could make it turn it off, could turn them off to it. But I don't think that's going to happen. Mostly because he is saturated
absolutely.
And by the way, a lot of the same people that was running around supporting Kanye when he made this flip into this new persona of his never listened to his music in the first place. The only reason why they supported him is because he was saying things that they liked.
That's a fact. Absolutely.
They didn't If you listen to the way a lot of those folks talk about people in celebrity spaces, there is a bunch of bitterness, a bunch of just disgruntled, almost disgust for the way they talk about people in Hollywood. They talk about people in the music industry. I've seen it. It's prevalent. So it's like
love Kanye.
They don't listen to his music like that. They could not tell you a single bar off of any of them songs that he wrote. They don't listen to that shit. It's just that we tend now, because everything is so much division that is promoted and shown now, that they're gonna go along the lines of their political divisions with certain shit, regardless of what the person actually does. So as you could be the shittiest. We see this already with Herschel Walker.
Bro.
The shit that we learned about Herschel Walker. When I was growing up, conservatives, especially those that are about the family values, conservatives, would have ostracized the shit out of him. They would have looked at him as like, he's a piece of shit. This guy's physically violent with his former wives and shit, and has a bunch of illegitimate children out here, and he had people to get abortions. If this had been, now contrast how they treated Bill Clinton for getting a blowjob. Contrast that with the way they are now absolving Herschel Walker of all of those things that we're now finding out. They said, oh no, it's not about Bill getting a blowjob. He lied.
Right.
Herschel just lied and said that he didn't. They got the receipts.
That was the funniest shit. Somebody, they was like, oh no, I don't know who it is. It's just somebody, all these claims are from anonymous people, and somebody might be trying to, get one up on you, blah blah blah. Then it comes out, oh, it's your baby mother. It's
one of your children's mothers.
You absolutely
know this person.
Biblically.
Yo, that was a bar. Look, listen. He knows this person. They know he lied, and I have seen them say the quiet part out loud now, basically saying, "I don't care what he did.
What he's done.
I just want to control
the majority."
Yeah, that's all I want.
What?
I don't care. So
we are in.
This is where we're at now.
Times.
Yes.
Interesting times.
Yes.
Where a politician can come out and say, well, not a politician, but a pundit can come out and say, I don't care what he's done. If he wins, we win the House.
Thing.
What?
And he's a dumbass with no real opinions of his own. So they're just going to point him to the legislation they need him to vote yes on. You know what I'm saying? So when you see shit like that, I want y'all to know that part of the reason these politicians think they can say these things, they can say these things now, is because of us. It's because of us. Because our reactions to them have not been appropriate. Because we placed a lot of them on fucking pedestals and let them pull it out fucking heartstrings. And then they get up here and claim they're going to do all this shit, get in office and then don't. Then they give us a rousing speech around election time and they go out there and do these dumbass rallies. Sit there and we rinse and repeat, and we get all emotionally invested in these motherfuckers here, and we see them in ways we shouldn't see them. I don't know how many different ways I can say to you, they are public servants. They're not your kings. They're not your dukes. They're not your lady this and lord that. They're public fucking servants, and you need to be the same way you get real fucking shitty towards your fucking male guy or male lady that comes up there because he didn't bring your check or he fucked up some shit. You need to be this way with their public servants. They're not your fucking kings. And y'all ran around here and let them pull at your heartstrings. You let them make their branding a certain type of way, whatever political party they're a part of. They brand their shit a certain type of way where you forget that they're private organizations. They're not your friends. They're public servants, and they be treated as such. But instead, you done treated them like low-key royalty in this country and let them get away with all this shit. So now they see, because they got you emotionally invested in whatever dogma they have, now they see they can say whatever they want because they know that people on their side of the fence, the ends are going to justify the means. So all they gotta do is say, "Don't y'all want this? Don't y'all want that?" Well, we gotta allow this person of poor character, to get in power because he's gonna give us what we want.
Yep.
We did this.
Yep.
Collectively.
Nigga.
We did this.
Is
They
this
should be
what we
kissing
are?
your fucking
Is
feet.
this what we represent? Yep.
They're not your bosses, people. They are not your bosses. If you don't work directly for them in their office or some side business they had before they became, they are not your bosses. You're their boss. Your tax money pays their salary. All those fucking perks they get that come from your pocket. You know, when you out there busting your ass for 8 goddamn hours a day, sometimes more hours than that, when you're taking guff from that punk ass boss or supervisor who you know if you'd have went to school with them, they'd have been fresh out of a bully's locker. And you eat that shit. You eat that shit because you got to put food on your table. That money that comes out of your fucking check every week that has you looking like, I'm not sure we can go to the movies this week. All that shit goes into their fucking pockets. It pays them.
Mm-hmm.
Stop treating them like they're our bosses. They're not. Because this is the result of it. This is the result.
Yep.
Thanks. Thanks. And I'm out of here. Those of you who are unaware and into the whole Star Citizen thing, CitizenCon is today. So make sure you go and watch and see what new shit they're going to tell us that we're going to get that we won't get for another 5 years. And, and also, do not forget to check out my man, Jaded Nerd's channel. These are facts. I got to put this up here. Thank you, Napalm. Thank you.
Facts.
Like, nah, we're not doing that with them no more. Also, if you have not, go subscribe to the Multiple Entertainment channel. With our hot new series, it's a deeper dive.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Last video about some channel that I absolutely love because oftentimes when I do these critiques of videos from a YouTuber, sometimes I have issues with the YouTuber.
Right.
Not this time. I actually love this channel. But they was on some bullshit. They were emotionally compromised.
They were. Yeah, take them down. Yeah, take them down.
Speak on it. That's all it is.
Yeah, take them down a little bit. So go check it out. I think he did a great job with that. And really, I got to say, I went over there and subscribed to that channel just to watch some shit and all that. Because if there's some shit he liked, then I like that type of shit too. And I must say, after watching that original video, it was on some bullshit. It was on some bullshit. It was on some bullshit. So this is a proper takedown of them. Also, do not forget, if you have not as of yet, go to majesticcomics.com.
Yeah.
Pick up either the PDF of issue 0 or the printed book, if you so choose. And also just let you know, yes, the next issue is definitely in the works. And we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. And do not forget to check out my man Super Side Guys, Metas, and Mutants as well.
Absolutely.
And
also,
look, shout out to Adequate, because like I say, he's been streaming.
He's streaming again.
Doing this gaming thing on this channel. So go check that out as well.
Except for the fact that he's holding up my albums, but
he really is holding up the album.
He holding up the album. It's literally just one more song that I need to get finished, and it's him. Fault.
Mike, they don't want this. They don't want that, Mike.
No, nigga,
they don't want that. See, this how I know you can trust us, right? We're telling you don't want it. We're telling you. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Nah, I'm compromised.
Yeah, I'm compromised too. So I'm letting you know because I wouldn't do to y'all what they doing to us.
Oh no,
I wouldn't do to y'all what they doing to us. So I'm gonna tell you up front, I'm compromised. I'm telling you up front.
I'm emotionally compromised.
Yeah, I'm emotionally compromised. I'm telling you up front.
I don't belong in that.
I don't belong in that position. I am not qualified. I am not qualified. Nah, man, you don't. Y'all don't want it. Talk about Darth Vader and the Emperor. We
get assassinated.
Yeah, they kill us, bro.
There's no way.
Y'all got some feeling for us, don't y'all? I mean, they'd kill us, yo. They would literally kill us. They would literally kill us. But yeah, so for my man SPJ, I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and for the greater multi-world entertainment family, we are out.